it's, that's him 100%. I mean, without me hearing his voice, I'm like, it's unconfirmed. But if you got friends that knew him and grew up with him saying it's confirmed, then I gotta say, hey, yeah, this is probably Brian Koberger. But I did send it into the FBI. I did clip that. I also went through 80,000 phone calls, found the number, sent it into the FBI as well, and they have that, and hopefully they get down to that information.
Good. Do you know that they are in receipt of it? Did they come back to you at all?
I know they have it. I never got an email back yet.
Baby, it is what? Monday, 3/4/2024. What is going on? Welcome. If you are just joining the stream, make sure you hit the like button. All right. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you are new to the channel tonight or today, we are revved up. It's middle of the day. You're probably like, Rev, why aren't you on at night? This case is crazy. We can't be on at night. Let's talk about it during the day. Let's also open up the lines and hear from the community too, as tons of you have emails and tons of different theories and shit that I've seen as far as what you guys are sending me. Now, when it comes to this case, why hasn't there been a presser? Why have no charges been filed? Are they going for mom? We want to get to those questions. We want to talk about those questions. And today, here we will. What's going on, R Web? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Deanna, how you doing? Brandy, how you doing? Lily says, I wonder if the mother worked nights. She said he came to pick her up and take her to school. I don't think he lived there. 9 months ago, he posted a message on Reddit referring to her as an ex. We could dive into that too. What's going on, Mar? Nice to see you. Mar in the building. Kay, nice to see you. Dana, nice to see you. Kelly, Macy, Ken, how you doing? Always on it. Always on it. We're gonna jump into it though. Let's dive straight into it. Now,
thank you.
I want to know. I got like my question is why hasn't there been any charges filed? What's going on there? Am I the only one wondering that? I highly doubt it. I've seen somebody say that. I thought you had on a Christmas hat. Nah, no Christmas hat here. Froggy, nice to see you. What's going on? Dennis, nice to see you. Loma, nice to see you. Sharon, yes. When is the presser? I don't know. Well, I thought it'd be possibly today, but no, I was wrong. It hasn't. Nothing so far today whatsoever. So, Blueberry, nice to see you. Again, as you're coming in, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button. Hashtag FTA for the algorithm. I will be opening up the lines very shortly because I want to get straight into phone calls and hear from the community. But we're going to watch a few clips real quick. You can get the number and everything ready. And if you have any emails that you want me to pull up, say you call in and you have an email, maybe I haven't seen it yet, and you're like, yo, check this email out. Pull this up. I found something. Let me know. Let me know. What's going on? LG caught alive. Thank you, T-REV. You're welcome. I'm glad you made it. Angelica, what's going on? I'm the only, you said I'm the mom. That's why. Hello, all. What's going on? Alicia, nice to see you. Is mom in hiding? I don't know. But allegedly, they're not speaking, right? That's the word. Allegedly, she's not speaking. Riley, nice to see you. Whoopsie. Hey, T-REV. Thanks for all you do, man. Love that. And yeah, no doubt. I appreciate the love. Nice to see you. We wrapped up for sure. And you said an Orlando news channel reported the boyfriend lived in their home. I mean, I heard the same thing, that boyfriend lived in the home. I didn't hear anything different outside of that. Now, there was a discussion as if another person lived there as far as a kid. And from what I heard, it was the kid's not with her. But I mean, yeah. Why no presser? Yeah, we'll dive into that. Renee says, I said that a few days ago. That definitely looks like a Santa hat. It's cute as well. Oh, that's funny. Tracy, nice to see you. I'm down sick with a cold. So glad to see you. I hope you feel better, Tracy. Nice to see you in the stream, by the way. Nice to see everybody coming by. Again, last time I'm gonna say it. Make sure you hit that like button, hashtag FTA. Let's continue to push this out. And I want to hear from all of you today. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid to call through. 6 minutes. Everybody's going to get 6 minutes on the floor. I want to hear your theories on this case. Do you think mom should be charged at all? Allegedly, we don't know anything if mom did anything. That's why I say allegedly, speculation. If you haven't heard it from law enforcement, it is absolutely not true whatsoever. The horrific details inside of this PCA affidavit, it still is embedded in my brain after looking at it. Just disgusting. And the PCA affidavit that I'm referring to is the one on Stephen Stearns that first came out. That affidavit was eerie. And also, somebody last stream wanted me to look at something on the affidavit that said mom was lying. That in the affidavit it said something about mom lying, and we'll go over that too. I'll pull that up during the stream. I do remember that person kept bringing it to my attention last stream, and it's still been on my mind since. So I'm glad we're back here today, Monday, to talk about it. Nice to see you. Texas. Is that stand for Texas? Texas McKenzie? Nice to see you. Thank you, Leslie. I appreciate the support to the channel so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Dawn, thank you. We're getting there. We're getting there. I built this. I'm building this platform for the same reason that I've been doing this for the last 2 years. We did it with Idaho 4. We did it with Danilo Cavalcante. If you follow me, you've been here. We've made the platform like this. Or there's been Danilo Cavalcante. I don't really take phone calls, right? And I didn't take phone calls for Danilo Cavalcante just for the simple fact that we were locked into a manhunt. So it's kind of hard to do that, listen to the scanner, and really get relevant information to all of you during streams like that. So you never know when there's going to be another massive manhunt like that. He lives with grandma, Mona L says. Liz W, the pet dispenser had a goofy voice, dispenses auto or manual. He was a Disney character. That caused mom to question further content and interview. Now, Liz, but with this Disney character, let's go back to this Disney. I thought Disney made a statement saying he didn't work there. Is that true? That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true. I didn't see it. I was wondering if she had any siblings. They're saying a brother. Okay. Now, as far as I haven't found much on this brother or what she has an older child and doesn't have custody, apparently.
Investigation into Maddie's disappearance and now her murder has been a multi-agency effort. Officers and deputies from Orange and Osceola counties worked together, hoping for a positive outcome, but prepared for the worst. Authorities ultimately finding Maddie's body in that rural Osceola County field. Joining us this morning is Dave Nutting, a retired detective and law enforcement officer. Dave, it's good to see you this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
What a tragedy, how this ended. And as we now get really deep into this investigation, what are next steps now? He is in jail with no bond. What happens now?
So the homicide investigation will be ongoing by the Kissimmee Police Department, who is determined through the investigation to be the lead investigative agency.
There are people talking about
the defendant has not yet been charged with the murder. He's only been charged so far with the crimes related to what was found on his cell phone and in the house.
Yeah, but why didn't they? Okay, so when he was in court the other day, he didn't want those charges to be. Did you guys see that? He didn't want the charges to be read out loud when he was in court the other day. I thought that was weird. Like everybody else gets their charges read out loud. Why should we not read your charges out loud? I mean, you committed the damn charges. If you could commit them, then you might as well just have them read out loud, right? What's the point? Thank you, Princess. Welcome to the Rev Game family. Thank you. I see your comments. I seen your comment on that new song I dropped last night. Sharon, welcome to the Rev Game family. Thank you. He did it. He did at least in September. He had been let go from Disney. I heard he used to work there. Kendra says, I heard he used to work there. See, everybody's saying that. Opal, thank you. Welcome. I know you've been here longer. I don't know why it says 1 month, but I know you've been here longer than that. I appreciate you. Thank you. Shout out to you. Shout out to Opal and your whole entire story. I remember you. I heard mom wouldn't let them search house and they had to get a search warrant. I didn't realize that originally, if that's true. That I have not heard. If that's true, Christy, that's crazy. If mom was like, yeah, you need to get a search warrant, was that provoked by him? If so, because I haven't seen that. I have not seen that whatsoever either. I don't know where you heard that from, but let's go off the hypothetical of it's possibly true that happened. If so, was that coached by him? Right?
So thankfully he has no bond, so that gives the detective some time to work with the prosecutors to make sure that once they do officially charge him with homicide, which I'm quite certain will be coming, that it will be a case that's wrapped up really, really tight.
Yeah, so there would be no question, right, that this is what we're charging with, and we have all of the evidence to prove that in court. I want to talk about something that my co-anchor and I were just talking about, the fact that this is not the first time that he has waived his first appearance. He has refused to appear in court. How common is it for suspects to do this?
It's quite uncommon. So obviously his right. His attorney can represent him in court proceedings, so
that's so weird.
Eventually have to appear in court as the criminal process goes on, and not only with this case, but I'm sure with pending murder charges as well. So he can't continue to just not show up. At some point, he will be compelled to show up in some court proceeding. I'm sure he's experiencing a range of emotions right now himself.
On Monday, he handed over his phone. He said, listen, I accidentally factory reset my phone. We know that that's a little more difficult to do than
so he accidentally, again, we've went over this a couple times, but I'm saying he accidentally factory reset his phone, but they accidentally went back and recovered all that evidence. They accidentally went back and got the digital evidence in this case. They now have Madeline Soto's body. They have the evidence from his phone. Why has he not been charged yet? Well, I'm going to tell you what I think when it comes to that. This is my speculation from cases where they're waiting to put out charges. I feel like they're waiting to see if they want to add mom into those charges, allegedly, but come on now, just think about it. They found the body. There's inconsistencies on our TV in front of us, right? We turn on the screen, we go and watch these interviews. We're hearing mom say, we dropped her off at, okay. All right. There's something weird here. They haven't slapped these charges on Steven Stearns yet for murder. I think that's pretty interesting.
Accidentally doing something like that. But how were detectives able to get the information off of that quote unquote factory reset phone and find the information that they needed?
Well, there's an incredible amount of technical resources that the sheriff's office has available, both internally and then with our state and federal partners. There may be some images that were stored in, a cloud or some server that was external to his device that he wasn't aware of. Although what they can do with these phone extractions is quite incredible. Certainly, it didn't take them very long to find those images and that evidence.
No, it didn't. And when we talk about timeline, Maddie was reported missing on Monday. By Wednesday, Stearns was arrested. Maddie's body was found on Friday. And you talked about, how quickly things can happen. In your estimation, was this a fairly quick search? And what makes this case perhaps maybe different from some of the other ones?
Well, this case obviously included a huge effort involving multiple local agencies, almost certainly the state agencies and probably the federal partners as well. So I saw in the interview the gentleman who used his home surveillance system to spot the suspect's vehicle. That's certainly a...
Whoa, say that again? They used what?
To spot a home... used his home surveillance system to spot the suspect's vehicle. That's certainly a canvas of all the technical aspects of where the defendant may have been in the car, and the community effort was really key to resolving this so quickly.
And the fact that so much of
interesting. That's interesting. So they use that. And I'm gonna open up the lines for anybody who wants to call in. Do you think in your head that why were they taking so long to slap these charges on Steven Stearns? Are they about to lock up mom? I just opened the phone lines if you want to call in. It's up top 219-885-9693. Phone number down below, also going across the bottom of the screen. You'll see it every now and then. If you want to call in, I want to hear from you guys. Most definitely. Let's go. Let's get it. Outdoorsy life. Nice to see you. Gwen says this is starting to feel like the Kansas City 3 now with no presser and more info. He's very computer savvy. No way he reset his phone by accident. No way. Yeah, you ain't resetting. You're nobody factory resets your phone on accident. That's such bullshit. I wouldn't buy that if you tried to sell it to me. 954, you're in the door. What's going on? You're live.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear.
Is this T-REV?
Yes, ma'am. You're live.
Oh, my stream is late. Okay. I had an experience with the police. My abusers called me in as a missing person because they needed to get me back because I knew too much.
Mm-hmm.
And the police knew something was wrong with them. And they let them talk for 2 weeks until I finally contacted the police myself and told them to stop looking for me. Turned out it was being handled by homicide.
Wow.
And they were 100% sure I was dead. And they were only looking for a body. They weren't looking for me. So the people that reported me missing and were clearly just weird, they were just letting them go on and contradict themselves because they were building a case. So why mom hasn't been interrogated? Yeah, they're going to let her keep talking and contradict herself with the I, we, and all the other. They don't want her to clam up and get a lawyer.
I agree. Yeah, no doubt. Right? They don't want her to clam. But I'm hearing, I've seen a few reports. I don't know how true it is, but that she's not talking now. And I don't know if that's true or not, but I did see a couple reports saying it's reported that she's not talking to the police no more.
Obviously, I mean, if she's actually going and looking on the internet, she'll know that public opinion is against her.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't get a lawyer. She has enough sense to cover her own ass. And,
right.
She should have covered it before and reported the boyfriend as soon as, he disappeared with the kid and she was never seen again.
I agree.
She said, I'm scared. I'm being manipulated. I don't know where my child is. He took her. I don't know what's going on. And she would have had all the support in the world and gotten donations. She could have fleeced the entire country before anyone figured it out. Yeah, she knows. Even if she doesn't know what happened before, she's definitely protecting him. And I really hope she goes straight to jail when this is over.
I don't know what it is. If it's just the eerie. It's eerie that there's no charges. They got the body. They got digital evidence. They obviously said they had stuff that they found in his phone. So
they're still
the charges.
I know he's got, child abuse video charges on it, but they're still investigating. They really want to get the cause of death and all the other. And, I'm sure once the coroner's reports come in, I'm sure they'll have all of it. But, the mom isn't looking good because she's telling all kind of lies about the police saying they made her wait 8 hours. That's bullshit right there. Because I live here in Florida, and when my kid ran out of the house, she's autistic and she was a runner. Mm-hmm. They didn't make me wait hours. They didn't even come to my house. I gave them a description where she left from, a couple of places she might have been going. Because she was, toddlers with autism, you can only guess. They found her in 30 minutes and brought her home. They did not make.
That's crazy. I think you muted yourself. Maybe.
Oh my God, this is such a garbage phone.
No, you're good. You're good. You were only muted for like 3 seconds. You're good.
Yeah, but this whole business of they want her to wait 24 hours or 8 hours, everything she says is bullshit. She's a worse liar than Casey Anthony. So, again,
woo.
So yeah, God. So I know about how schools handle, kids and stuff and all this school making them wait or whatever. My kids are both autistic, and their substitute bus driver drove right past our pickup.
Yes, ma'am.
I saw the bus, and the kids were yelling, "That's my house!" And the driver's like, "No, that's not your house." Mm-hmm. They're autistic, not stupid. So I immediately called the school, and they said, "Well, they'll probably bring them back here, and you can come pick them up." And I'm like, "No, you're going to make that driver turn around." and bring them here, because I'm not letting them ride around for 2 more hours with a stranger that denied them to get out of the bus. Or call the police and report them kidnapped. And they said, no, we don't want to do that. And that bus driver was back there in 5 minutes. No,
I mean, I'm curious because if a lot of us, let's just say a majority of us think that something is off with mom, right?
Oh yeah,
allegedly. And if we're thinking that, imagine what an investigator's thinking.
Oh, they have way more info on her than us, commoners. So yeah, it'll all come out, and I really hope she gets what she deserves. I already see too many people and too many streams defending this woman, saying she was manipulated and scared, and he's cracking his knuckles because he's intimidating her. No, the guy's fidgety and doesn't know what to do with himself, and he's not in her view, so he's just fidgeting and cracking his knuckles. It's nothing more than that. She doesn't look scared. She's not shaking. She's jumping her legs and jerking in her seat. Nothing scary about her. So she's fine. It's just all a really, really bad TV show she's putting on. And she's messed, and she lies about the cops. She's lying about the school. She's lying about so many things. It's eventually going to catch up. So that's all I wanted to say.
It most definitely will. It most definitely will catch up. It always does. It always does. And I wonder, like I said, I wonder if they are looking at something through her. They probably, who knows? You never know. They probably going through her phone records as we speak.
Not even just the phone records. They're getting in that house. They're going to find something. She doesn't strike me as someone who doesn't let moss grow under her feet. She's probably left some laundry there. They'll find something in the laundry. More evidence of the abuse taking place. They'll find all. I have no doubt about it. I really doubt she's done anything to cover her boyfriend's tracks. So.
Well, I'm not, like I said, I'm curious to see this PCA. I've been waiting for the PCA to come out so we can come on and go over it, but no PCA has came out, no arrest has came out. So I'm like, damn, what's going on? We need to talk about this. I'm curious why I ain't seen no arrest today. I'm thinking Monday the charges will be out, the PCA will be out, nothing.
The PCA is already out. Another streamer aired it.
No. I mean on the arrest for murder. There's no charges on murder.
Oh,
so
that.
We don't have
okay.
that.
I thought we were talking in general. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, they're gonna wait till the what do you call it? Not mortician. That's the guy that preps. You know what I'm talking about. They're gonna wait till that comes out.
For sure. The coroner, or you mean?
Coroner, thank you.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, I appreciate you calling in. Thank you for having a voice in the community. Again, make sure you lock your doors, stay safe, and we'll be following
I have
this
a
case.
hammer. I'm not worried about my doors. I got a sleep hammer and a sleep knife. I'm good. We're all good here. So you take care of yourself. You have a good day.
You too. God bless you, man.
You too.
Bye-bye. Shout out to her. Good phone call. If you want to call in, 219-885-9693. What's your thoughts on this, Mom? One, and what's your thoughts on the PCA and arrest not being out yet? I see numbers calling through. I see 207-661. All right, there we go. 910, you're on the show. What's going on? Talk to me.
How you doing, T-REV? Can y'all hear me?
Say again?
I was saying, can y'all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you good. How you doing today?
How you doing? My name is Rashida. From Wilmington, North Carolina. My opinion is I was suspicious of the mother from the get-go when I seen the interview with old boy in the back. And then I didn't know it was another interview after he got arrested with her, just her, and then she had a little thing going on in the background. And then you got his interview. Because her story didn't make sense to me. And I don't have kids. But first of all, I didn't understand why was the girl anyway being dropped off down the street from the school. That didn't make sense. And then she's talking about, well, we, and I understand people in it like to interchange we and like to make it like a collective, like you in a group and everything. But in a situation like this, you have to be precise. And if you wasn't there, then don't include yourself, because you can't say we if you wasn't there, and if you had to testify against the man if you wasn't there, you wasn't there. So in a situation like this, you really have to be precise. And I just felt like it was just, she had so much red flags. She had the church was over here, but then she went across the street, like the whole GPS of the church wasn't right. It was just like, what the hell? Like, I just had suspicions with the woman from the get-go. Knowing her, it just didn't make sense. And then you had, it was just a lot of red flags, man. It's just weird. And then her emotions didn't match up to the circumstances, and just everything, just the fake crying. It was, I don't know, man. It was just weird.
I agree. It was like fake crying. I felt like, or it just didn't seem genuine to me. Just from the spec, I don't know why it just didn't. And I don't usually say that, but I just didn't feel that it was genuine. Especially like the part on like this part of the interview where he's up there and he's like trying. It looks like he just knew he was caught, and that's all. The only reason why he was up there sitting there talking, he already knew that they had his phone and that they were going to go through and find. He already knew that he had photos and videos and shit on his phone, and that they were going to get to that. And what you've seen in this interview is somebody who was caught red-handed, sitting there, peppering up and making it look like he gave a fuck just for the moment. You know what I mean? That's what he did.
Yeah. Yeah, it just, I don't know, it just wasn't right, man. It just, yeah, I don't know, it just wasn't right. I just feel like either way, if she was being threatened by him and being abused by him, or if she knew something, either way, I just feel like she has guilty knowledge about what happened. So that's just my opinion. I mean, I don't know if she's gonna get charged with anything. I mean, we have to see the paperwork for that, but I mean, that's just my opinion. I was just suspicious of her from the beginning. It just didn't make sense to me. So that's pretty much like really all I have to say about it. I'm just like everybody else. I mean, it's just a lot of red flags with this story and with her story. And I mean,
I don't know how much.
Yeah,
I don't know how much I trust this, but somebody just emailed me and said, "I'm an old friend of Steven Stearns. Call me." What?
Yeah, I've been hearing. Yeah, people want to come out and say certain. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I did hear that one guy that talked on another YouTube channel. I mean, I don't know. I mean, everybody want to. Every time something happened like this, everybody want to come out. Yeah, I knew this person. Yeah, I knew this and that. Want to come out. I mean, who knows?
Man, this is. I don't know. Chat. Should I try that? I don't know if I should call it. I don't know. They said call them. Wow. I don't know. I just talked about this the other stream too. People do that. I don't know. They reach out.
Yeah, people do that. I mean, the way I look at it is like, what good is it now? He already committed the crime. I mean, if you want to come out, if somebody of his friends want to come out and say this and that, I mean, what good is that? I mean, right now, I mean, this little baby girl is gone. So what good? What good is it?
Interesting. Somebody, y'all want me to call him? I will. I'll call him right after this call and see what he says.
All right, man. Well, do your thing. I love your channel. That's just my opinion about everything. And all right, everybody, y'all have a good day. Be blessed. Lock your doors, like you say.
Always lock your doors. God bless you. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for
God
being
bless you,
the community.
Right,
let's see what he says.
All right.
Let's see what he says. I don't know what this is, but hold on. Let me get the number here. Y'all look at my email. I'm like, what is this coming? Okay. All right, here we go. I'm gonna call it right now, real quick. And then I'll continue taking phone calls. The email. Let me copy and paste it right here. Bear with me 1 second. What the heck where'd it go? Where the heck did it go? 1 second. I got it. Freaking tabs are acting up here. I see that person's trying to call too. 1 second. We're about to get. I don't know who this is. So again, if y'all like, be honest in chat. If you feel this is somebody trolling or you may think they're genuine, like, let me know what you think. I'm gonna tell you too. Obviously, people reach out all the time. I don't know if they're serious. I don't know what their intention is, but we're about to find out right now. Hold up, I'm gonna type it straight from here. Pull it up here. Just type it in. I don't know why my copy and paste isn't working. Where the heck did that email go? Hold up. All right, let's try it. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my God. Hopefully this ain't no troll doing this either. Hopefully it is not a troll. I swear, it better not be a troll, or I'm gonna be like, what is going on? Here it is. 1, 2, 3. I mean, you got to answer the phone if you want to get through. If you want to talk, you got to answer the phone. I'll try you one more time, and if not, I'm opening lines back. You have to email me again or something, or try to get through.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, who's this?
Did you send an email saying you were friends or knew Steven Stearns?
I absolutely did. That's me. What's up, buddy?
So what would you like to tell us about Steven Stearns?
Well, I can tell you I went to school with him for at least 4 years, and he was a psychopath then. And, I mean, he's always exerted anger problems and stuff, and I think he's also mentally ill. So that's just my opinion. He's always been questionable. He's a weird guy.
Like, what kind of weird stuff, though?
Oh, he would always talk about how, he would always like have weird feelings about younger girls and stuff, like girls in like the younger grades and stuff. Questionable stuff. As we were in like higher grades, he'd always had weird fetishes and stuff about the girls, trying to sneak in the locker rooms, all that weird stuff. Man, he was a weirdo for sure. I will say he got picked on a lot too, and I always, trying to be a nice guy.
What personal story? Like, all right, let me just say this because I like what Mom the 5 King said. What can you give a personal story of when any personal story with you and this dude that you can remember?
Well, I kind of don't want this to get out because I don't want my life being in jeopardy. I mean, if you can make an agreement that this ain't gonna get out to the public, then I might be able to spill some beans on some stuff that could probably get him in prison for an even longer time.
Damn. But I mean, yeah, I get that. Do you have any more specifics about like anything about him, his characteristics, or anything? Like, if I don't, fill us in.
Yeah, absolutely. So all throughout high school and even up into, I actually hung out with him parties for a little bit too as well. Outside of high school, we went to parties and stuff. He was always that type of guy that always would like to linger around and females and stuff like that and get dabbled into stuff that I didn't like getting into. Like,
you do know we're live though, right? I mean, I know you emailed me while I'm just saying.
Oh, you guys are live?
Yeah, we're live. I mean, you emailed me.
I didn't think you were live.
Some insight. Oh my, ain't feeling this.
Okay. Are you ready for the big heavy information on him? Because I mean, this might get him in more trouble.
Yeah.
So what I will tell you is after high school, I caught up with him for, a little bit. I hung out with him a little bit, went to party scenes and stuff with him. He was always into meth and stuff like that, hardcore drugs, but I'm guessing he got off of them over the years. I did see him, about 6-7 years ago, and he kind of sobered up a little bit, but times I've seen him, he was just the same guy he was in high school. But I will tell you, there was a time where he got into a lot of heavy stuff. Like he was into that underage sex with girls. And there was a time when we were at a party, and one of the guys that we were hanging out with at the time had a younger daughter who was maybe around 8 or 9 years old, and he went in there and was trying to do some stuff with her, and then that guy went to get into a altercation with Steven, and one thing led to another, and he was not allowed around there, but he was willing to go in there, and he was in his mid-20s, early 30s at the time. So, yeah, he was trying to do stuff with his 8-year-old daughter.
That's...
I mean, a little alcohol and drugs involved, and he'll do some stuff that he, a normal man wouldn't do.
Yeah, but why? If that's things that people seen and did, why wouldn't they report that to the police? Why wouldn't you know what I mean? Why wouldn't you put that? Why wouldn't you report it to the police? You know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's just one of those things where I don't know for sure.
I mean, because it's funny because another one of his friends came out somewhere. I don't know. I just see the emails that come through. He isn't lying. The other guy said he had an underage girlfriend.
Yeah, he's actually done that a lot, man. He's actually had a lot of underage girlfriends. I mean, he's done a lot of stuff that's questionable.
What?
When I saw the actual evidence that came out against him on the case and stuff that's going on.
What? Hold on. Before we go on a little further, what can you at least give us your name, first name, something?
Rick.
Okay.
My name is Rick Armstrong, and I've known Steven since high school.
Rick Armstrong.
Simple that.
Hold up, Rick Armstrong. How do you spell Armstrong?
ARMSTRONG.
Okay, Rick Armstrong. All right, I just spelled it out and put it right in the chat. All right, Rick Armstrong. It's saying all right. So this is Rick Armstrong. Let me get this right. Rick Armstrong. You knew Steven Stearns. You seen weird things with Steven Stearns.
Absolutely. I've seen him countless times, man. I've seen him go and do some weirdo stuff, like sit in front of a park and watch kids and stuff. And he's one of those type of guys where it's probably a good thing that he's getting locked up. And he's done some questionable things. He's always been a threat to.
Did you report any of this to the police after this crime had taken place here? Like this crime here, did you report any of these things to the prosecutors in Florida? Like of this behavior? Are you still there with us, Rick? I think you're muted. I don't know if he hung up or what, but what is going on? Like, I don't know if he muted or what exactly. I'm just saying, did you tell the prosecutors in Florida? Did you call them up and let them know about information like this? Was it reported to the local police? Damn, if somebody seen him with some underage girlfriends, they could have called the damn police and reported this a long time ago. So in another sense, it'd be and I'm going to take that call. I don't even know. I'm going to take that with a grain of salt. Because you never know who's who, and I want everybody in here to also take that with a grain of salt. I don't know if I should try to call him back, but I don't know if I should try to call that dude back. He said he didn't want to get involved. Duty Ron says there is others besides Maddie, so his girlfriend would have seen signs. He had predator. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Predator behavior. You are welcome. Yes, I figured I'd come on louder. Tracy said clout chaser. He said he didn't want to get involved. You scared him. Was it when I asked that question? Maybe I did scare him. I don't see him calling back. Hold up. I don't see it. Let me see. I'll try one time. But other than, I'm about to just open up the lines because this is my last time. If you don't answer, I'm not doing it anymore. So we'll see.
Your call.
All right, so he's going to voicemail. I'm opening lines up 219-885-9693. I don't know. I don't know. Somebody emailed me. I wanted to call them and we're talking about. Again, I take it 50-50 with a grain of salt. 910, you're on the show. Talk to me.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. You are live.
Oh, hey, my name is Vicky, and I just wanted to talk about the mother.
Mm-hmm.
Let me mute my phone. So this kid that just went and shut up the school, and his parents got indicted. When are we going to start indicting mothers for making bad choices about boyfriends? I think it's about time. I'd never let my child go off with any man. Never let a boyfriend spend the night in my house. Never did any of that. She's the same way with her daughters. When are we going to start holding women accountable for the choices they make in men?
That shit has a lot of issues. That shit is the root of a lot of these problems, to say the least.
Yeah, but you got to be careful. I mean, I don't care.
For sure. Agree.
How desperate you are for love. Your kid comes before any man, period. And where was she the morning that if she called him to come and get her? Why didn't she see her daughter? Wasn't she waking her up to get her ready for school while this dude was on his way over?
Mm-hmm.
Something isn't right with this lady. She either knew or she's just a fool.
Why aren't there charges? And this is the main reason I wanted to come on and talk today, is like no charges. I thought I would be on here today reading you guys the PCA, and then we'd be going over the PCA today and taking calls, but no PCA, no murder arrest on this case. Why not?
I think because they're not done looking at her, to be honest with you. I think it's going to go a little bit deeper. The whole thing was sketchy with the we, he. None of it adds up. Him standing behind her to make sure she didn't slip up while she was talking on camera. That's all that was.
Yeah.
But you just got to be careful. I don't care if the guy says he's the Pope. He's not the Pope. And I'm not saying men too, because there are women predators out there as well. It goes both ways. You got to guard your children with your life. And that's all I got to say. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely. God bless you, ma'am. Thank you for your words. Thank you for being a voice in the community, and make sure you lock your doors and stay vigilant.
Oh, all right.
God bless you.
Join your squad too.
Thank you. God bless you. Shout out to her. Good phone call. All right. Hold up. That person actually is trying. Did they try to call back? All right. I think they did try to call back. We'll call. We'll see. 910, you're on the show. Talk to me.
Hey, this is allegedly with Brittany.
What's going on, Brittany?
Okay, so let me just say I've been on a lot of panels, but I don't think I ever called in to a show before. So
I don't know.
I feel like I'm on a radio station.
Yeah, exactly. That's what a lot of people say.
All right, listen, I had to call because the charges, how Stephen hasn't been charged with this yet. There was somebody on my live last night. I don't know if you heard it, but we were talking about, this is just a hypothetical, okay? I'm not saying anything. I'm not putting any like false info out here. This is just a theory. But what if the mom had a hand in it? Like, not just knowing, but like she took part. Because I can't think of a reason why he would not have been charged with unaliving this little girl by now, unless they're investigating further. Because the way that she acts, she is so detached. Like, regardless of what you think or how you feel, anybody can agree that she is absolutely emotionally detached, completely.
Mm-hmm.
And the way she was shaking in that interview.
Yeah, I kind of see that. And if I don't know, I hate even trying to cast anything that way, but it's just like it feels sus when I look at it. And I don't usually feel that way about grieving people or anything like that. I would never victim shame or anything like, but I'm just saying in general, it just looks wrong when he's behind on the one interview cracking his knuckles, and her in this one, the bird, I don't know what it was in the background, a bird or what, but I was like, what the hell is that? Like, what's going on?
So, okay, that noise in the background. One of my mods has this. It's a now I don't know for sure if this is what it is, but it seems highly likely. It's like an electronic dispenser that goes off at certain times to feed the bird or whatever.
Yeah.
And you can control this thing with an app on your phone or manually. And a lot of us believe possibly maybe it was a distraction. He set it off because the minute she started talking about we dropped her off, that's when it went off. But I mean, to me, I think that's what it is, and that's why it repeated itself. And you heard it.
I actually
sound like
it actually sounds crazy, and but it sounds crazy, but it sounds like that could be that exactly what you just said.
Yeah, go back and listen to it, and you'll hear like it'll sound like food drop, some kibbles or whatever, bird seed. Then you'll hear that weird, I think that's him, a recording of him. And then you hear more, like a little handful drops the recording, and then boom, it goes off again, handful of bird seed drops, and then the recording again. But I'm just saying, and listen, I'm with you. We got to be careful. I'm with you all the way. Normally, I try to be a little less open about, speculating, but I've caught this woman. There's multiple lies. She's told multiple lies already. I mean, things just don't add up. Compare it with any other mom that we've seen in the grieving phase. We've even had professional, I'm drawing a blank right now, body language experts.
Yeah.
Who are saying
I love body language experts. I love them to death. They call shit out.
They do. But I don't want to hold you. I needed to call in and say that, but I appreciate you and thank you for all you do. You're amazing.
You're welcome. Thank you, Brittany. I appreciate you calling in. Thank you for having a voice in the community, and keep doing what you do. You're doing a great job.
Thank you for your support, and we'll see you in chat.
You're welcome. Thank you, Brittany. God bless you. Lock your doors too.
Yeah, always. Hey, I keep me some steel, okay? You know what I'm saying? No. All right, bye.
Say less. She said, I keep this still. Hey, 219-885-9693. Is this mother a suspect to the police in your eyes? Allegedly. Is she under the microscope? Is that why they're taking so long with a PCA? Or does it normally take that long after they find a body Friday? I'm just saying. 863. What's going on? 863, you're live.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. You were live on the air.
Oh, cool. I've been trying for a while. Hi.
I'm glad.
I hope you're having a great, thank you. Hope you're having a great day. I don't follow many stories, but this one's really getting to me. My opinion, I want to make this quick. My opinion, mom's involved. She's guilty. They'll come after her. I'm a mom of 4 kids. That is not the way you act. She's contradicted herself multiple times. Me and my mother sat down and watched it. We knew instantly. There's a lot of things that she said that don't make sense, like dropping her kid off, yet she slept in and didn't see her off to work, yet she watched her go to school. I'm sorry. But my biggest thing was that parrot. Nobody's talking about that parrot.
Yeah,
there's a parrot in the background.
It's in the interview I got playing silently across the screen right now, right? That same interview in the beginning when she gets quiet.
Right. When it was just her, were you able to make out what that parrot said? Because I was.
What did it say? Because I wasn't able to make that out. That's interesting.
Okay, so I was unable to sleep all night because I've been like on this thing like white on rice. And so at 5 o'clock this morning, I decided to get up, go outside, smoke a cigarette, and start listening to that. And I played it multiple times over. That parrot, they need to interrogate the parrot. That parrot knows stuff. It says, okay, come get your phone. All done. Did it. Woohoo. Think about that. Okay, come get your phone. All done. Did it. Woohoo. That bird has heard stuff. I think when he's been molesting her, doing the things he's been doing to her, You know, it's one of those, okay, you're all done. Good job. You did it. Woohoo. Come get your phone. That's what that bird has been hearing in that house. And that's what that bird has recited. That is my opinion, but that is what that bird said. At first I thought it said, okay, come get your clothes. But then I realized it said phone. And then it says, all done. You did it. Woohoo. And repeats itself. To me, that sounds like somebody who's in there doing something to this poor little girl. This bird heard this over and over again, you know, reinforcing, oh, did it, yay, good job. I don't want to even, you know, throw out there what I believe would have been the case, the action that was going on. It's disgusting. But that's what that bird said. And to me, that's kind of important, even though they're not going to take the bird and go interrogate the bird. But that bird spoke volumes in that interview. And I just been dying to tell somebody, I figured out this bird. And it's disgusting, but that bird knows something.
So you broke down, and, you were like, you literally sat down, broke down that bird and everything they said.
I did. I sat down, I put my phone on high. I played it over and over. 5 o'clock this morning, probably 20 times, put it to my ear. I'm like, what is it saying? And then once I figured out what it was saying a little bit at a time, I mean, the all done is, you can hear that very clearly. You can hear him say, says all done, did it, woohoo. That was pretty clear. But it was the first two things it said. And then I realized it said, it's okay. Come get your, like I said, first I thought it said, come get your clothes. And I was telling my mom, oh my gosh. But then I realized it said, come get your phone. Mm-hmm. That is what that bird said. And it didn't seem like many people were picked it up from the different websites that I, you know, or the different YouTube channels I've been listening to this Madeline thing with. And I've been dying to tell somebody that that bird is in the background. And I'm a Christian and I believe the Lord put that bird there to say that as kind of a little something there. Not that they need it, as they know. They'll come get a mom, too. They're just going to let her sit like they did that other lady, that Daybell lady, before they go get her, too. But I just wanted to say that, and I really appreciate taking my call. You guys are awesome. I appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate all the people. I get to read the comments. But right off the bat, she's guilty. She'll be the next to go. Yeah. I hope so. Neither of them deserve this oxygen, in my opinion.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, like I said, it's been what, Friday they found Madeline, and now we're on Monday again. Surprised that no charges were brought up. It didn't take them. They didn't take long to do that with Audrey Cunningham. You know what I mean? They got him on a charge like they did with him, or with Steven, and did the same exact thing when they found Audrey. They slapped him with capital. So I mean, what is going on here in this case? Are they going to be filing charges on both?
I think they're going to get him first, like they do. My mom was telling me, just like in the Daybell case, Lori Daybell or whatever her name was, they don't want to get a reaction out of the people and have everybody freak out over going after the mom, which, I mean, I personally wouldn't freak out at all. But I guess it stirs up people, and, you know, to go after the mom too, right at the same moment. I think they're sitting back, like the officer said, you know, we haven't gone after the mom, or he said something about the mom, and then he said yet. So there's going to come a point, in my opinion, living on court TV for years, they'll go after her. She knows what's been going on, and her story is like so obvious. She shows no emotion. I've had 4 kids. If my dog was missing, if my kids, it's insane. You know, like other people have said, you miss your kid goes missing for 2 seconds in a grocery store and you're tripping out and your heart's beating 100 miles an hour. Where's your kid? I've been there. So she just acts like she's talking about a lost guinea pig or something. It's unbelievable. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Really, that bird's a big deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. And when that went
give
off,
him a thumbs up and a high five.
when that went off, like her face, I forget, she made like that. I got it on right now. Let me look at it.
Yeah, it was really weird. She like smirked with a little half smile, and then she closed her eyes for like the rest of the time, waiting. And, you know, I don't really know what to make of her, the way she acted in that moment. But I think she knows exactly what that bird was saying and was probably hoping nobody else would figure it out. I know what that bird said. I like I said, I listened to it like 20 times. I said, I got to make out what this bird is saying, because something's not right with this bird. He knows something. And yeah, that's what he said. It's okay. Come get your phone. All done. Did it. Woohoo. That's just very disturbing. Anyway, thank God I live in Florida. I'm in DeSoto County. South Florida here, Northport area. I grew up in Northport.
Mhm.
And they just enacted that the death penalty, we can use that. So that's what I'm shooting for, at least for him. And then when they get her and they figure out what's going on with her, they're not stupid. Everyone who interviewed her, the different news people, and they're not dumb. If I can figure it out as just a regular single person, as well as my mom on the first interview, they already know. They're just going to sit back and do what they got to do. They know what they're doing.
Right.
And just praise the Lord. I praise the Lord. They found him. They got him off the street. They better give him the death penalty once they find him. It's all said and done.
Mm-hmm.
And
we'll see. We'll see.
One last problem for our babies.
We'll see what they do. I'm waiting for them charges to come out. Again, I appreciate you being a voice in the community. That guy wants me to call him back, so I'm gonna call him back and see if he answers. We'll see.
Well, thank you for taking my call. I appreciate it. You have a blessed day.
You too. God bless you. Shout out to her. Lock your doors too. Let's see what he's talking about. Okay, I'll try again. Said I lost service, man. Okay, so you lost service. If you lost service, then why didn't you call back? Well, I guess there is a lot. There is a lot. There's a lot calling in. A lot. 937-806.
Your call.
All right, yeah. We'll open the lines back up. Homie, I don't know. You said call back. I tried to call back. That's like my third time trying to call you back. So next time, please make sure you're ready. Lines are open though. Go ahead and call in 219-885-9693. I was trying to get in. I mean, 612. What's going on? You're live.
T-REV, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, ma'am. How are you doing today? What's on your mind?
I'm good. I wish you well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes, you're welcome. I don't think you want to hear what my theory is.
Oh, I do. I love it. Let's hear it.
I think that there is some black web involvement in his sex activity, and that his girlfriend would have picked that up in the bedroom. That's one idea that I have. She's not stupid. And another thing is that I think, sad to say, and this is allegedly, that he was into some deviant sex acts, maybe asphyxiation, sexual acts, and he's going to call it an accident.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible, because why is the young girl dead? He killed her. Somebody killed her. And it's all because of, the world is getting darker and darker because, why'd they take the Pledge of Allegiance of the flag out of the schools? That's when it all started, if you ask me. That's my opinion. But it's a terrible thing, and that's what I really believe, and I believe the mother, I believe she had an idea of what's going on if she doesn't know what's going on, because you don't live with somebody 7 years and pick up weird behavior. She's not retarded. She's not, excuse me. I didn't mean retarded.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. She could be hiding in a psych ward, maybe. That's another thought that I have. But I appreciate your show. I like the involvement. It keeps people on their toes. And it's possible that YouTubers sometimes help solve cases.
Or, I just try to help keep it in the light. I know I obviously can't go somewhere and arrest and do a bunch of, but what I can do is I can share factual information. I can speculate with you guys, and we can all have an open conversation here, not only just about the information that we've seen, but again, you guys calling in and discussing and giving your opinions. I think that's very important when it comes to somebody who runs a community. In my opinion, that's why I'm so involved with everybody who comes here. I like hearing from you guys. I like talking to you guys. That's why the interaction's different here.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
God bless you, man. Thank you.
It's a good workout.
I appreciate you
Bye
having
for
the courage
now.
to call in. Okay. God bless you. Lock your doors. Stay safe. And
I'll do that.
Shout out to her. Good phone call. All right. So here we go again. It's the last time. All right. Here we go. All right. Here we go. It's the last one. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Hello?
Is this Rick?
Yeah, this is him. Hey, man, I'm sorry. I lost connection on my phone. I lost service. I've been in a tunnel or something. I'm driving.
Oh, okay. What? So hold on. I'm trying to get back into what you were saying about. Let us know whatever you know or whatever you would put out there. But also, I wanted to say you probably should call, if you haven't called you should probably call the prosecutors, because if you are, say you are like, you say you've known this dude, etc. If you've seen behaviors, you might as well just report it up now to the prosecutors in Florida, But yeah, let's hear more. What were you saying before you got off?
Well, yeah, then that's what I was going to tell you about is some things that I was going to talk to you about whenever the phone disconnected on me, and my phone restarted itself. I lost complete service completely. Because currently I live in Alabama, man, and I work on a boat, and so I moved away from Florida. I wanted to get away from all of that bad scene out there, and what I can tell you about Stephen that I was going to tell you earlier before we got disconnected, that was he did some things that I didn't really like, and I think if I tell the prosecutors this, they're probably going to get him for a lot more than what he's getting now. I mean, they're going to be able to find evidence and everything too. And, possibly even with me coming out, there's probably even going to be a potential for more victims to come forward on this, because I know he's done some things that are illegal involving sex with minors. This whole story you're seeing now isn't the first time he's done this. I mean, he hasn't, as far as I know, he hasn't killed anybody, but I know he's had sex with underage girls for sure.
Yeah, just to make it clear, this isn't I don't think this sounds nothing like the same dude from the other one, the other channel, guys. Chat. I don't know who it is. I don't it ain't that same voice. So this is somebody else. What stood out to you about this guy though? I'm just like, when you were near him. Like, what would was he a regular person? Was it?
No, well, I mean, he did come off as a normal person, but he had a dark side to him too, that he would do some very weird things. Like, he would always talk about how he thought young girls were attractive, sexually attractive at that, and he would always flirt with younger girls. I always caught him flirting with younger girls. And I'm talking about when we were in high school, and he would always flirt with girls who were in middle school. He would always flirt with, and I'm talking sexual talk. I ain't talking just your locker room banter. I'm talking about straight up, you want to fuck on a weekend type stuff. Excuse my language.
Oh my God.
Damn. Ask if
he was always proud of the young girls, man, and I think that's just been festering up there.
Rick Armstrong. Hold on. You did say your name was Rick Armstrong, correct?
Correct. Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Now, I will make it clear, I will not show my face on your live stream.
I was just gonna say, would you come? I was just about to say, will you come up and do an interview?
On your stream for my protection, because I actually, there are a lot of people who are still associated with Stephen that I still talk to on a daily basis, and they're nothing like Stephen. They're not predators or anything like that. but they are some serious people, and I will not get myself involved in that circle. If I show my face and come on your stream and talk about anything like this, showing my face, then I could be in danger, and I'm not trying to do that. You know, I got family, I got kids and stuff myself, and I work. And I just don't want to jeopardize my personal life and everything too. I mean, I want to see the guy go down just as much as anybody else, but I'm not going to put my personal face out there. Talking like this is fine. I mean, I don't mind doing this, but I'm not going to get on the video. I ain't gonna do that.
You don't
I'm
mind?
sorry, but
would you mind reaching out to the police and telling them about like things in his past that he's done, like the things that you were discussing?
Absolutely.
Somebody said Caller is a piece. Oh my God, Caller is a piece of shit. If he knew he was sleeping with a minor before and didn't report him, birds of a feather flock together. Good gracious. Chat's going ham.
Who said that? Who said that?
Just people in comments. Don't pay attention to that. I was just reading a comment out loud, man.
Well, I mean, we were young, you know, teenagers. I mean, a lot of people done some stupid shit, and I mean, he got his ass kicked a lot of times for it. I mean, I don't support that kind of stuff, but I mean, I don't know why people would get mad and angry at me about it. I mean, we were teenagers, and you know, it's wrong. It's frowningly looked upon. I will say that.
Who just got background? Get it? Well, I love that effect. Got it good. Well, man, I don't know. Is there anything that the public should know about this guy before anything else that you want to say before I let you go?
If he gets off somehow, some way, if he gets off this and gets out of it, which I don't think he will, because he committed murder. But if somehow, some way he gets off of all this stuff that's going on, he will be a danger to the public.
Mm-hmm.
He will kill you. And I don't have any evidence or any kind of, notion to think that he's killed before. I mean, I didn't hang out with him, after a certain point in time after high school. We kind of went our separate ways.
Hold up, so I know but I gotta ask you a question because he goes by you're calling him Steven, but he goes by Stefan.
He started using Stefan as a way to make his name sound fancier.
His
name, he was my Steven in high school, man.
Oh damn! Which high school? Do you remember which high school? What was the name of the high school?
I ain't going to disclose that information.
Okay. What's that?
Because again, I mean, that's putting my life in jeopardy. Because anybody can pull a yearbook up and see what I look like back then. Anybody can also look up social medias, find social medias. Find my name associated with that high school or yearbooks or any kind of that stuff. And then next thing you know, I've got a lot of things going on in my life.
Well, man, I appreciate you reaching out and for a call. I appreciate you talking to us. God bless you, brother. If you think of anything else, hit me with an email like you just did before. So appreciate you.
Yeah, and I will get in contact with the law enforcement and or the prosecutor, whatever I got to do, if I feel it's necessary to report it.
Well, I appreciate you reaching out for the call back. I know you couldn't get through. It's busy. The lines are very busy, but yes, again, appreciate you reaching out, man. Hope you have a good day. Shout out to you and your family. Lock your doors. Stay safe. God bless.
You too. Thank you.
Later.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap.
All right, 219-885-9693. I don't know. Like, I honestly don't ever know who to believe or who not. I don't know. 623, what's going on? You're live.
What's up, T-REV? It's Infamous.
What is going on, Infamous?
That guy was a little, I don't know. If he had information like that, he should contact the law enforcement.
I said the same thing, right? I'm like,
yeah. And he said,
I'm glad there was questions in chat because I was just like, hold up. I couldn't think. I'm thinking in my head. I'm trying to process different things. Then I see chat like typing out things that I'm thinking. So I'm like pulling them up and I'm like, all right. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that one friend of his, he calls him Stefan. That's what his name is. He
What
didn't
did I
call him
just say
Steven.
the other night? People
Yeah.
always call or will try to do things to try. Like I don't know whether
Yeah.
whether what. That's why
Yeah.
I said I take everything with a grain
Because
of
he was
salt.
getting a little wilding out with the the way he was talking. Like he was like, and he's like, "I'll do whatever I have to do, but I don't want to give you information." Well, you should contact law enforcement first before you know. I
Bing
don't
bong.
know,
Bing bong.
but anyway. But I think so. I was on a different channel earlier this morning. Good creator, but just saying my thoughts, and I was thinking, like how they said that she didn't take her phone, and and that she forgot her phone, and people are like, well, how could she forget her phone? Kids don't do that. And I was thinking, I was just thinking about it. I was thinking, well, if the monster did prior things before, she, how she said she wanted to go want to go live in the woods or whatever, maybe in her mind, because she's young, thinking, oh, she wanted to get away because she wanted to get away from him, right? So she might have thought, well, maybe I'll leave my phone and act like I forgot it, because then they can't locate me, you know what I mean, like with the location.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just thinking about stuff like that, like I was just thinking, like, and then her, like, and predators, they groom the parents or whoever their target, when they go for little, for young ones, for young kids, these monsters, they'll groom the family too, the parents and everything too, you know what I mean, like, so they can try to get to their target. And I'm not trying to say it like in a vulgar way, but it's just basically that's what it is. It's like they groom. Have you seen that what
Did
is
you
it,
hear
hiding
mom's
in
hiding?
plain sight?
Did you hear that the mom's hiding right now, not talking? Allegedly.
No, I didn't hear that.
Allegedly, but that's
She
the
should.
reports that I've been seeing.
Yeah, I'm thinking that, I don't know. Like I said, but predators, they'll groom them too. I'm not saying that she's innocent. You know what I mean? But she could be in denial,
Mm-hmm.
like 100% denial. I like I said, I don't want to accuse her, but she's acting if she's acting sketchy. But then again, she just lost her daughter too. So
Yeah.
she's got to consider all that stuff. And then people are trying to say, and I was just saying on the other channel, like, we got to be mindful, because how they were trying to say little Audrey was with child, and then they're starting to spread that rumor too, and we just got to be mindful of that, because we got to consider, what if that was our kid, like, and somebody just started, unless we know something's factual and we have, the paperwork, we got to be careful with things that we say, regardless, because, there's family that loves that little girl, and I'm sure that spreads like wildfire,
Yeah.
They already lost her. But anyway, so I don't know. She's hiding out or what? Do you think she's hiding in her house, or she's hiding somewhere else? Do you think she's not on location at her house, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
I don't know. I'm just hearing that she's not talking no more. So I don't
Oh, I'm
know.
sure. Well,
What's going on there, but
yeah, she's got some big eyes. I don't know if that's just natural or not, but she looks, but like I said, it could be, but, and then also, because it says that she went to the school too. She went to the school to meet the police officers, and it says that she went and met them at 8 o'clock, and she said she called at 4 or something. But it says, I guess, in the affidavit that they met her at the school at 8 o'clock. So I was thinking, maybe he's like, "We'll go over there," and so he could, you know what I mean, try to cover up whatever he, what he did, like, like but so I think she's complacent, to a degree. She's got some guilty knowledge of some kind, of some sort. I don't know. I'm not trying to say she's like, 100%, but yeah, if they haven't come down with some indictment papers yet,
that's
it's a little sketch.
Yeah, I don't no PCA on murder charges. That's what I was looking for. The
Yeah,
probable cause affidavit on the murder charges.
they might be trying to.
People said it dropped, but it didn't. That was just the charges against him that dropped.
Right. And they might be trying to dig deeper, because they got to make sure they have something solid to, if that's the direction they're going, because they don't have to, cops lie to suspects all the time, even interrogation. You know what I mean? Oh, well, the other one told me this and that, just to get, to make you think the other one's rolling on you. They'll have them the other, and they can lie to you all day long. To to try to get a confession out of you. It's some of it's entrapment, but they have a what do you call it? A tactic. They have tactics that they try to, and they might be just making her want to just keep talking, before she tries to ask for a lawyer. And if she shut down, then that's, I don't know. She's grieving too, so who knows?
Absolutely.
Who
Absolutely.
knows?
She is
But I
grieving.
think that he's a groomer. I think he groomed her.
Yeah,
think
that's
that
what I'm saying. I think there's more there to this to what we're seeing. I'm not again, I said it the other night. I think something's off with mom. When I say that, I'm saying I don't know what was happening with her were they in an abusive relationship? Were they I don't know. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Allegedly, he had up to 2 years of sexual things on his phone, from what I'm hearing. Allegedly,
right.
So I don't know.
Right, and then she's the way he sat back behind her. I mean, we saw that in the beginning. The way he purposely. And I've been in a domestic violence relationship. And it's control, power, and control. It's not necessarily that because they want to be physical. It's about power and control. And the way he sat down behind her, and I think she's just got some kind of complacency. But I think that initially, probably when he first met her, there's grooming involved because he's a predator.
Yeah.
So she became, like I said, we're females. So I'm sure she's probably found ways to kind of sneak and be nosy in her own little right. You know what I mean? Like trying to, and then maybe she saw something that, like I said, guilty knowledge, and she just was in denial. She's just been in denial, acting like she don't see, because that happens all the time. It's been happening for decades, and that's what we need to stop doing. We need to speak out and talk to our kids and talk to, make it a conversation. So this doesn't, because a lot of families do that. Like, even if it's another family member, well, don't say nothing because, and they'll still keep that family member around, and they'll still have,
Yeah.
affiliation with them. And these children are being violated.
Yeah,
So,
it's disgusting. And when I look back at the detail, I mean, they put a little bit of a detail out there saying that her body was, able. They were able to tell that she was deceased in the vehicle and this idiot pulled back up at the apartment complex with the body in one of the seats where she was visible on camera.
Yeah. What time did he drop? What time did they say that they saw him dropping the laptops in the trash? Because he with the timeline, like the timeline's not lining up. Like it's because I don't know if it was in the morning. I don't know what time it was, but whatever time it was,
right?
Like whatever he said that he picked her up and took her, and then she's saying something. Yeah. So there's some type of complaint there. Yeah. There's some knowledge, but anyway. I don't know, but I sent you an email. I don't know. I know it went through because I checked it, and I'm probably gonna send you another one. Yeah. I send you another one just to kind of address some things. I just wanted to ask some questions about some other stuff, just like moderating stuff. But I'll send it to you. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is too much, and I just hope
I
this is not going to be another back-to-back case.
on mod. So I definitely need to talk to everybody. Have a mod meeting, maybe a Discord. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, because it's your channel, and I just want to,
absolutely.
have
Yeah, no, I'm actually with that. I need to have a mod meeting. We got newer mods too that I added. So, but yeah, definitely.
So we're all on the same page and stuff,
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I appreciate you calling in. Thank you.
Yeah, most definitely.
As always, I look forward to hearing from you all the time. Thank you so much. Thank you for modding. Thank you for information. Thank you for everything that you do. God bless you.
Thank you for being a good channel. It's true. You know what I mean? Being good to your people. All right. Take care.
God bless. Shout out to her. Infamous Truth Teller. If you want to call in, it's 219-885-9693. What's your thoughts and opinions, theories on mom? What's going on? What's taking so long? Where the lawyers at? 60, you're on the show. Talk to us.
Oh, I'm here?
Yes, ma'am. You are live right now.
Oh, good. I just think everybody needs to stop bagging on the mom till they have more information. She just lost her kid.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, the reason I think that is, well, first of all, you don't know how somebody's going to respond in any kind of given situation that's stressful like that.
Yes, ma'am.
I think that she got completely bamboozled by this predator that's out there.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think that she was probably groomed the same way. And when she was saying we, I think that that was just her protecting him, because she probably knows that they look at the boyfriend first. But why would she think he would do that? I mean, I was in an abusive relationship, and that's the place your mind doesn't want to go.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. You don't want to go to, yeah, you definitely don't want to think that something disturbing in your head like that about who you're in love with.
Right, because I had a betrayal like that, and I remember when it happened to me, I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't accept it. I'm like, your head doesn't want to go there because it's so damn horrible, you know? So, I'm looking at her, and she just looks stunned to me, like, I can't believe this is happening, and all that. And then him sitting behind her seems to be a little intimidating.
Yeah, it is.
What do you think?
Yeah, but the knuckle cracking, the stuff that I seen, absolutely. It was definitely weird.
Intimidating.
It was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a form of intimidation. Like, if he was going to sit with her, why wouldn't he just sit next to her? Why sit back there and make noises she can hear, you know? So he's trying to scare her, I think.
I wonder if she's going to be a part of some type of plea deal or anything. I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think she did anything. And if I was her, I'd be hiding too, because everybody's trashing on her, trying to blame her, you know, for getting bamboozled by a fucking pedophile. Sorry, language.
No, you're fine.
By the pedophile, because, you know, these guys do this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the moms don't know. You know?
Like I said the other day, the worst type is somebody who doesn't have the history on paper. And you get what I'm saying? And they're attracted to kids. That's the worst type.
Well, hey, I had an ex-husband who I found out after my kids were in their 30s was molesting them.
Oh, wow.
Do you think I knew that? I didn't know that.
I'm sorry.
Okay, but I'd like to get a hold of him. I'm sorry for them. That's who I'm sorry for.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that in general. That's tough. That's tough
Yeah.
to do it. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, you can be tricked because you trust somebody who you should be able to trust, and then they're doing all this nefarious crap behind your back, you know?
I agree. Yeah. I agree with you 100%. It's going on right now in many households.
Many. And I just, you know, until her life's already destroyed, until you know for sure, come on, man, ease up.
Well, we'll see. I'm curious to what's going. Like I said, I was curious to why they haven't put out these charges so far. They did it fast in Audrey Cunningham's case. This one,
the police said she wasn't a suspect. Also, the police actually said that.
Yeah, I heard them say.
So why is everybody making her a suspect?
I did hear.
You know?
I did hear them say that. I absolutely
That's
did.
right. Well, what does that mean? That means she's not a suspect. Quit making her a suspect. She lost her daughter in a really bad way, I might add, by someone she trusted.
So, but you haven't seen anything that was stood out was weird to you, though?
The whole damn thing is weird. I mean, the guy.
Could you understand why people would question the mom in this case? At least
because she's being completely. She does look a bit emotionless, but that could be shock.
Yeah.
You know, it really could be. If my kid was missing, I don't know. I'd be in shock. I think I'd be behaving different, but I don't know for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't know until it happens. You don't know until it happens. Period.
Right. I just think that that, you know, they've checked her out, and I do believe that he's been molesting her. And I think what ultimately happened, in my opinion, just my opinion, is that she was going to tell. And that's why she was saying she wanted to go in the woods and stuff. I think he was doing stuff to her before, and she fought back this one time, and he took her out.
Oh, man.
It's awful.
This one time, that's just hard to think about. And to say, I seen a report out there that said that there was up to 2 years of stuff going on.
Right.
And that's what they arrested him for. Likely, I'm sure it'll come out that it was her. They said it was in the home. But what I'm waiting to see is if other little girls from across the years come out and there's other allegations. So wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, she does look weird. I agree. But that's not enough to accuse her of being a murderer. I mean, or letting her kid get harmed.
And I respect your opinion 100%, even if I disagree with it. Like I really do get your angle. I get the compassion, and that's good. I'm glad that there's people out there that are on her side. I'm there too. I just want to know what was going on, because she could have been threatened. There could have been something going on there. There could have been a very abusive relationship behind a lot of this. We don't know that.
That's what I'm saying.
We don't.
That's what I'm suspecting is going on here. And
I'm not trying to paint excuses for her either. I'm not.
But I understand protecting him too, because when you're in that type of a relationship, that's just what you do. You make excuses for their behavior. That's why they pick you.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to make excuses for her. I just want to look at every side. I don't care if it's the people think she's
that's why I'm
sus or
bringing in
not.
my side, because everybody's like, kind of, for sure she did something. She does look, nobody can say what they would do in this situation. It looks like she's trying to remain calm, but I don't know. It's almost too like she doesn't think it's a big deal. That's my only thing that I caught on it. And that could just be denial. Like, no way could this be happening to my kid. This can't be real. This can't be real. So I don't know. I just, I would be really shocked if she got arrested later and had something to do with this. I really would. I just personally don't think so.
I wouldn't be, allegedly.
Yeah, I know. It seems to be the prevalent opinion out there that she's done something, but man, I hope not.
Yeah,
because that's really bad. Then it ramps it up 50 times to how bad it is.
Well, I appreciate you calling in. Thank you for being a voice of the community. God bless you, man. This, like I said, the story is insane. We'll be following all the way up. I thought I'd be reading the PCA.
Yeah, I've been having fun watching you.
Well, thank you. And anytime you feel free or feel like you want to call in or you have something to say, call in. And it doesn't matter how many times I stream either. I don't care.
Yeah, I just kind of feel sorry for her. I think she's getting dumped on. And if you guys are right, hang her from the highest rafter. But
well, I do want to look at all sides. I mean, this guy was literally came on right after her, and I'm almost, like literally was looking like like putting on a little show.
It's like somebody else doesn't think she's involved either. But yeah, she'll beat the hell out of herself the rest of her life for sure.
I mean, my man looked like he had more tears in his eyes, and I don't know. I don't know.
That dude didn't have any tears in his eyes. That one there?
No, he made his eyes are just probably glossy from smoking weed or something. Who knows?
That's what I'm thinking.
Allegedly.
Maybe he's a meth user. They like to do crazy things. I don't know.
Well, again, I appreciate you calling in. Thank you for being a voice in the community. Make sure you lock your doors.
Okay.
God bless.
Thank you much.
Good phone call. If you want to call in, it's 319-885-9693. Is the mom sus to us, or is it just a few people that think the mom's good? What? 206, you're in the mix. Talk to us.
Hi, this is Cassie Roku.
Cassie Roku, man. I remember Cassie back in Idaho 4 days. What's going on?
Yeah. Okay. I just want to remind everyone the police said she is not a suspect at this time.
Thank you.
At this time says a lot to me.
That's a good point, and I'm glad you're talking about it.
Because, they're not going to say, oh, she's completely clear, because they don't know that. They didn't know that then. So at this time means to me there could be charges on her. So that's all I had to say.
That's a good
point. And thank you very much.
At this time, though, that's a good point. Yeah, so she's not a suspect at this time is a very good point. I'm glad you said that, and that kind of explains to me why there's no PCA out yet and charges filed. Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes. Thank you so much.
God bless you, Cassie. Nice hearing from you again. I hope you've been doing well. Lock your doors too. 219-885-9693. A quick and sweet phone call. Cassie Roku, she had to call in and let us know. They said, Mom, not a suspect at this time. At this time.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
260, you're on the show. Talk to me.
Hey, T, it's Dark Horse.
Dark Horse in the building. What's going on, Dark Horse?
Another case for us, right?
Another case. We've been on it for the last 3-4 days. Her body was found Friday. No charges filed on this man yet. With this case, as far he does have child, whatever child pornography charges or whatever like that. And I put up a part of the PCA on Twitter, and good gracious, you got to have a stomach to read it. The disgusting stuff in there, but there's nothing out pertaining to the murder charges here in this case, the homicide.
So I have a theory.
What is it? Let's hear it.
All right. So to me, I feel like she was probably drugged and then she OD'd. And that would explain there's no obvious reason for her, no obvious cause of death, right? And so they have to wait for toxicology, because in these cases, when there's an obvious cause of death, like blunt force trauma, stabbing, shooting, that comes back pretty quick. But with something that's internal, like, drugs or something, they might have to wait for toxicology. But on the flip side of that, I also feel like they could do like an initial toxicology, just taking blood and finding out if she's got like weird drugs in her system. But depending on the drug that he used to sedate her, I don't know. That's just my theory. But I'm back and forth on the mom. The shaking that she's doing in these videos, I do that when I'm nervous. My leg will just jump.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nothing that I do that is in my I don't do it consciously, but like her story's not lining up. She's got all these, discrepancies and timeline and everything else. And I can see, I feel, okay, let's go back for a second. In my own relationship, my ex-husband is not my daughter's father. And so in that relationship, he was very abusive to me, but I never let him stay alone with my children at any cost. Like, I would either take them to their father. He mostly actually had custody because of a whole custody battle that we had going on. But when my kids were with me, after all that was done, they stayed with me for quite a bit of time. And I didn't care. Like, if I was not going to get home until late after work, he would pick them up and keep them until I got home. I actually even gave my ex-husband, my children's, my girl's father, the key to my house. So if the girls needed something from my house, he could go and get it without any problem. So like at the end of our custody battle, we actually had a very good co-parenting relationship that I thought was, healthy for a time. Then it turned bad again, but nonetheless. But my ex-husband that was abusive towards me was never left alone with my children. But I have another question. Do we know what Mom was doing that morning? Was she sleeping? Because I know I have a routine. Whether I was working or not, I got up with my children. I fed them. I made sure that they were dressed properly, that they were clean, that they had their homework, that they had their backpacks, that they had their lunches.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did this mom do that? Like, was she home? Was she working? Like, do we know?
She did. She wasn't even at the birthday party.
Well, I know. I heard that.
She wasn't even at the birthday party. But as far as her being, I don't know. Like I said, she did say we dropped
where
her
was
off
she
in
that
the
morning?
interview. That's a great question. I'm sure the police are rifting right through. Where were you at that morning? I mean, again, they have video surveillance. So if say she was connected somehow, they have CCTV footage and they're putting together things. Probably right now as we speak, they might be watching CCTV footage of whereabouts? Was mom with who? Who did he? Who did Steven see? They're putting things together right now behind the scenes more than we think. I know we're like, where's the presser? Where's this? Where's that? But there's a full-blown investigation going on in this case. And if we don't think that police are even fathoming looking into this mother, even though they say 100% not a suspect at this time, you'd be mind blown to what is going on behind the scenes right now.
Well, when it came to Savannah Soto, they said that they had, everybody in custody, but then they turned around and arrested 2 more people. So like the wording of the police is you have to pay attention to that, and at this time is very important because they can come up with more information. But I do believe that maybe her cause of death is not apparent. It's not obvious, and that's why we're not getting a COD at this time, or even them changing the charges against Stefan. And I think if she was drugged, while we all know who did it, in our own minds, they have to be able to prove that, and so they have to be very careful at how they charge and when they charge, because they need to make sure that they have their T's crossed and their I's dotted. It's like, I believe that that's why we don't have the information that we're looking for right now. So I don't know. That's just my theory, my opinion. If it was like blunt force trauma like we had with little Aubrey, that would be an obvious COD. And so they were able to give that information pretty quickly. I feel like with Maddie, maybe it's not so obvious, and they just have to do just a little bit more work. So I think a little bit of patience is going to work, Yeah.
I just again, I want to know what's going on behind the scenes, but then again, we're going to have to wait patiently. We may not get maybe the documents drop today at some point, maybe not. It's 5 now, so probably tomorrow or sometime this week. I'm expecting this PCA affidavit to drop on charges for him for this case.
I mean, because I'm nosy, I'm like waiting for. I've been watching, YouTube all day, just waiting for this drop, and it hasn't. So that's why I think that the cause of death is probably not completely apparent. But they still have him on the sexual battery, and in the autopsy, they will still be able to learn the degree of that, which is really sad. But I don't want to hear. I mean, nobody wants to hear like how horrible her life was at the end, as far as being ARD or, anything like that. But all I can do is just pray for this little baby and pray for her family, because, and even the mom, because we don't know exactly what she knew. She was working her butt off, and I don't know if she was at home that morning. Oh, I've got questions, because as a mom, I mean, you're a father, the thing is there's a routine in the morning with your children. You get up, you make them breakfast, you make sure that they're dressed, you get them off to school, and then you go back to bed,
We dropped them off. So I don't know. She said we dropped. I know she changed it later in the interview. I get it. People always keep reminding me we changed, or she said it at the end or changed it, but I don't know. I just don't. I'm just gonna say it straight up. I know everybody's emotions are different, but I see a lack of emotion in this interview and empty eyes, and that's me allegedly.
Sure, that bothers me. Because see, let me tell you, if my children are all grown now and out the door, but if there was one moment that I thought my child was missing, and I say child lightly because they're grown, but nonetheless, when they were little or when they were, while they're older, if I hear my child is missing, I am an absolute, like, you got to pick me up off the ground. There's no way I could be doing interviews like this with such a calm demeanor, and then she smirks when I don't know if it's a parrot or whatever, she smirks, and I'm just like, there's no way you could not get that sort. I would just be a hot mess. And also would not be doing interviews. I would not be doing interviews.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if she had no idea what happened to her daughter and what was happening to her daughter, and she's now in hiding,
Mm-hmm.
I can also understand that too, only because I would be a hot mess.
Yeah.
Like a hot mess. If she's in denial now or during the interview, and then she finds out later, that everything that she put into this child's life caused her daughter to pass, that would break me, and I would be like, probably the mental institution, to be honest, but like, I don't know, I would be hiding too. I would be hiding too, but just to deal with my own emotions,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know, T. But listen, thank you.
You're welcome.
Again, after we met with Kylie.
Oh my God.
Or was it before?
Oh my God. I just made a song last night called Dear Jesus. And I shouted out some cases in my last verse. Because it's just, when I was making the song yesterday, I was just in the studio working on my album, and I was like, man, because I'm working on an album called Voice for the Voiceless. It's complete. Every single song on it is about cases and change and in the world. It's realistic. And it's fueled from the passion from what I do here. I dropped it last. That's the only song that I'm gonna leak off of it. But I talked about Audrey Cunningham, and I talked about Kylie Rodney, and I talked about Quentin Simon, and I talked about. I was just thinking about all of them, all of these victims, these children that are becoming victims, and their lives are getting stolen from them. And there's clear signs in areas. Now, Kylie Rodney a little bit different, and of course, Quentin Simon. Every case is different. It has its own unique fingerprint. But to think that I could just get on here, talk about these cases, and then go in the other room and forget about them, it just doesn't happen like that for me. It weighs on my mind. I don't understand it. I just don't understand how certain, like, there's a lot of processes in our judicial system, right, that hinder so many different things, and children get put into harm's way because the system fails them in some way. And I just feel like there needs to be more light shined on that.
Something needs to happen.
I've been
Something
a part
needs
of
to
a
happen.
failed system, so that's why I want to keep shining a light on that. So, but I appreciate you calling in, Dark Horse. Thank you so much. God bless you.
T, can I tell you this? T,
because I got to move on to the next
thing?
caller, or else people are going to start cussing me out.
You're doing an amazing job for all of the children out there, and all of these cases that are crazy. You're doing an amazing job, and I tell you every time, I'm so proud of you, and I thank you for it.
Thank you, Dark Horse. You've been here for a while.
You're
so
welcome, honey.
2 years.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
2 years.
All right.
We're going though. Thank you. God bless you, Dark Horse. Always look forward to hearing from you. Lock your doors. Shout out to Dark Horse. 219-885-9693. Dark Horse, a real one. Been around for a while. He said, yep, Elijah's still unfound. I still need to go and catch up with Elijah's case, by the way. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'll do some of those live. 602, what's going on? You're live.
Hey, it's Becca.
How you
doing? I'm wondering, I'm good. How are you?
Hanging in there.
Good. Hey, I'm wondering if the reason why it's taking so long for the charges is maybe they're linking him to other cases, maybe based on the cause of death.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Right.
So, because it's hard to believe this is the first time he's done anything like this. So, another thing that I really wanted to get out there, and this is kind of crazy, but let me tell you a short story. About a year and a half ago, I had a neighbor, like a 60-year-old man, steady stream of young girls going in and out of his house. So I called, I probably made 100 calls to the law enforcement, couldn't get anybody's attention. I actually infiltrated the whole thing and had one of the young girls get video off his computer of him molesting a young girl passed out. Right?
Right.
So I took that to law enforcement, and guess what my answer was?
What was that?
Unless you know the name of that victim, we don't have a victim. There's nothing we can do.
What?
Trev, every month I'm checking Google to see if this guy's been arrested, and he hasn't. So he's still out there. It's been a year and a half. So what I'm saying is, unless you've been through the system and know how hard it is to get somebody to take you seriously, then you just don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
And it's a problem. I mean, this guy could have been reported I don't know how many times, but you just don't know.
Hold on.
So, and I don't know. I heard originally that the mother called 911 about 5:30 Monday evening, and the cops didn't show up till like 8. So I heard somebody say earlier it took her 8 hours to call 911. I don't think that's true. And with teenagers too, they do think that they just ran away at first. So, I believe that they probably didn't show up for a couple hours. So,
where
yeah.
Mom? That's my thing. Where was Mom?
I don't know. We don't know that yet. I'm guessing she was at work.
No, they never found Elijah View that I know of. Nope, Chantel. No, they didn't. Yeah, but it she says work, but I don't know. Again, Cassie Roku called in and she nailed it on the head. She's not a suspect at this time. So.
Exactly. So can't we just wait till we find out more information? I mean, this mother, I've recently lost a loved one, and my heart is kind of going out to her, and I'm kind of biased because of that, and the whole shaking thing, I'm familiar with that, and she's not shaking her leg. Your body kind of responds like that when you're kind of in shock and you've been through trauma, and, I just feel for her right now. I'll eat my words if it comes out different, but that's the way I feel right now. And also what makes me mad is if you're a Candace Wells supporter and you're giving this mom hell, that is so hypocritical.
Candace Wells.
I mean, really.
I know a lot of people that watch Candace Wells.
Yeah, and at least this woman is out here on the first day on the news giving an interview. Candace Wells waited like 13 days. So come on. You got to give her that. She's out there on the news.
Right. No, I agree.
Yeah. So that's all I got to say. I just wanted to get that out there. But it is not easy trying to get through the system to, they say if you see something, say something. Mm-hmm. It ain't that easy. It just ain't that easy. You got to have proof.
Yeah. You got to have proof. That's a fact. You got to have proof. We got to have evidence. You can't just, that's why I add allegedly if I on my thoughts, allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Because I'm just giving my thoughts, my opinion, and what I feel speculating wise. If you haven't heard it from law enforcement, it is absolutely not true.
Yeah, I agree with you. And getting law enforcement to move, who knows? Who knows? So unless we have facts, we don't know what to think. So anyway, thank you for taking my call.
Absolutely. I love hearing from you guys. Again, there's been so many different opinions. You got people who think that mom is weird or somehow involved here allegedly, and then you have people that are on mom's side like you, and you're biased to that. And that's why I love opening these lines, because every single one of you have a different thought process, or maybe you believe the same thing, but something else is sus to you than it was to me, that I seen something that was sus. So again, I like sharing different opinions and thoughts in an open platform, an open mind. I don't want anybody in chat to be bashed for what their thoughts are on this case. I think that we should all be able to have a respectful conversation, for one, be respectful to each other, respectfully disagree, and without causing hatred, because it's just more evil when people are getting mad and cussing each other out in chat or anywhere, panels, chat, it don't matter what it is. So I just think that we need to be a little more, I think a lot of people are rude these days and just want to cuss and
Yeah.
snap on each other and have drama, and it shouldn't be that way. We should be able to discuss these
Well,
cases, be a voice for these children that are losing their lives, these people who are losing their lives, whether it's to children all the way up to adults. We need to have the same compassion regardless of our thoughts, and we all are chasing the same thing, and that is justice. We are chasing of giving them a voice. We're chasing to push for better laws to be set in place to stop things from like this happening to children. Specifically, kind of what going on with Elijah View and this guy here, one of the worst type of predators when you don't have a paper trail of someone being a predator. Maybe people knew a few things, or he dated an underage girl and that didn't really come to light. He didn't get charged with it, but still there was no paper trail to point that out. And again, I like to point that out with this specific case. But as some cases I've been following, there was paper trails. Audrey Cunningham, she was failed.
Yeah.
I seen the paperwork. I seen the police even admit to her being failed. So there's no questions about that there. Then you got Quentin Simon. And then it's just so many I can keep going into. Again, Elijah View failed, absolutely failed. And if we can get some type of law set into place, maybe we could start pushing forward and fixing this. Maybe if CPS, because I hear, you hear stories of some kids being taken away. Like me growing up, I should have been taken out the household that I was in. 100% was failed so many different times. CPS came there 5-6 times, every time cleaned up. Great. They left. We should have been taken, the environment we lived in. So imagine how many households that is going on in right now here in the United States alone. It's going on like crazy. So we got to keep doing this. We got to be a voice. We can't do that arguing together. But thank you so much for calling in. I hope you have a beautiful night. Lock your doors, stay safe. And again, thank you for being a voice in the community. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
God bless you. Shout out to her. Good phone call. If you want to call in, it's 219-885-9693. What's your thoughts and opinions on the Madeline Soto case? Sharon, welcome to the Red Game family. I appreciate you. 347 from heaven. What's going on? You're live. 347. Can you hear me? Staten Island. What's going on? Where we at?
Hi.
Just playing. What's good?
Am I on?
Yes, ma'am. You were live.
Oh my God, I can't believe I've been trying for days.
Well, you're through. You're on there.
I'm a new subscriber. I wanted to call to share a personal story. Sorry, I'm a little bit excited. So this, I'm hoping, can help other people out there. I dated someone, this is a while back, who, sorry, a little bit excited here. So I dated someone, this was about 10 years ago, who was acting a little bit odd. And this is why I think Madeline's mom knew what was going on. Because as a woman, when your partner or your boyfriend or your significant other acts odd. So this guy I was dating, I started living at his place. And he was a Taekwondo teacher at a school. He was black belt, and he taught, kids. And he also worked at a gym. So he was a personal trainer. And you kind of know their schedule and everything. And then he started doing, he would always stop by and I'm going to go to Trader Joe's. I'm going to go to a supermarket. I'm going to pick up some stuff. And I'm like, you kind of think, you don't suspect the other person, but he would always come back with a bag of sugar or something random, right?
Yeah.
And then it was just starting to be really suspicious. And then also it was just his behavior. You kind of get the other person's schedule, if you will, but the behavior was really odd. And he really loved kids, and he always talked about. He would always show me pictures of the students in his Taekwondo class, and you don't think anything of it. So anyway, the whole thing was getting a little bit the trips to the supermarket was really odd. Like the guy just going to Trader Joe's to get a bag of brownies or whatever, right? So anyway, my point is, if you have a daughter or a child and you have someone, you just know when your significant other is being odd. So I don't condone this, but I started checking his phone. Didn't see anything weird. And I was just like, this is a while back, right? And I was just like, this is weird. But there are apps out there that they can hide pictures. So there was an app that was like a calculator app. And I was like, this is weird. Why does he have a calculator app? But it was password protected, and I was able to. It was his birthday, and there were all these pictures and videos in there. So this guy had a sick obsession of filming people. He had a legging obsession of women, and if you think about it, he's a trainer that works at a gym, and what is he surrounded with? Women that are wearing tight leggings, and also, so he was filming these women, and he had a stalking obsession. So he was always going to supermarkets and Trader Joe's and places, videotaping women. And then, like a lot of these videos, you can't tell how old these people are. But remember, he's teaching kids at Taekwondo classes. So a lot of these videos, I couldn't really make out how old these kids are. And a lot of times I'm like, oh, hey, I want to come visit you because, you know, you want to see your boyfriend teach, right? And he'd be like, oh, you're not allowed, you're not allowed. But then I started noticing a lot of these videos, they're really young girls, because you can tell how old a woman's body is, right? Even without seeing the upper body. So anyway, it started getting really creepy, but I didn't know how to, like, you know, because I'm doing the bad thing, right? Because I'm checking his phone. So I'm like, oh, this is really creepy. This is getting really, really weird. But I feel really bad because I'm doing the bad thing. Anyway, this whole thing started getting worse. And then I started going into his computer. Oh my God, there is like 1 million video files on his laptop. I mean, on his computer. Yeah. And this is going, like, I'm talking like terabytes of stuff on his computer. Like, this has been like a sick thing. And then now I'm seeing like a lot of these videos is him following women in the parking lots. In like, yeah, it's disgusting. Like, I'm talking like, and then I started getting creeped out because he was actually doing it while he's on dates with me. Like, it's not videos of me, but it's videos of, you can actually see profile of me, but he's doing it while he's with me. So he's actually filming women or females while he's with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm getting really clear. But again, I can't say anything because I'm doing the bad thing, because I'm illegally, I don't know what the word is, going into his computer and going into his cell phone. But my point is, how does Madeline's mom not know? Because you know when someone is, your significant other is doing something sketchy.
Yeah.
And based on the affidavit, he was doing this to her daughter. Oh, and by the way, people are saying, oh, that he's been doing this to the daughter since 2022. I think it's because maybe that's his new cell phone. You know what I'm saying? He could have been doing this to her since she was 5. We don't know. Since they were dating. We don't know. But maybe this is his new cell phone. Oh, and by the way, the affidavit says till December 2023, there was a new law enacted in Florida that they get the death penalty for SA to a minor under the age of 12. So I think maybe that's when he stopped filming her in December 2023. But that doesn't mean he stopped doing that to her. You know what I mean?
Death penalty. I love that. I actually like that.
So I think that's
that they did that. They added that. They need to add that everywhere.
Yes, and I think that's when he was like, "Oh shit, let me stop filming her." And I think one of your callers said something about the dark web thing. So I was bringing up my ex was because then I found out something about Reddit, because I didn't know anything about it. He was actually exchanging these videos and pics that he was filming on some like dark, some kind of website thing, internet, with these sick people. There's actually a whole internet thing that these sick people do. So when I was like, this went on for
what was your thoughts though when you got into that situation? Were you like, I'm done dating him, or break it up? Like,
yeah.
You know, what'd you do?
I was not sleeping. It was a really dark time in my life, because
we have them. Everybody has them. I get that. And as soon as you said I had a really dark time in my life, I fully actually understand that.
Because he was so perfect, if you will. Like, we were set to get married and everything. We were like, this was the guy, and I needed to get out of it. But again, I can't be like, hey, I found this stuff about you, right? Because I'm the one who was investigating behind his back. So I kind of needed to, like, because I was basically living with him at that point. So I needed to, like, kind of like get out of that situation. Anyway, it got really like bad. And then what was worse was when he came over to my place, because he's on my Wi-Fi, right? I was like, oh my God, is he on my Wi-Fi? And then I actually caught him when I was in the shower going on these weird websites while I'm in the shower, and I'm like, oh, hell no. That's when I was like, no, because I don't know if he's going on these and he's going on these disgusting websites looking at CP stuff too.
That's crazy.
Because I was checking his web browser, so it was so bad. So anyway, long story short, I wanted to break up with him, and he didn't want to break up, and it got really bad. It became kind of DV-ish, and I had to like go get a order of protection against him because he also owns a metal, if you will, because I know there's certain words I can't use. And I was scared because he threatened me with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go get an order of protection against him, and it got really scary and bad. And I basically told him, I was like, I can't deal with him because you are into CP and you're into like all the stuff. And anyway, I finally got him out of my life, and then I confided in like two of my friends about what I saw, because it became CP. And also a lot of the videos I actually got into his computer were young girls, because like I said, you could see a lot of, because when he started filming, you can actually see the girls' faces. They were like 10-year-old girls in Taekwondo classes, and this is in New Jersey, and it was like really gross. So two of my best friends were like, you have to report him. So I actually, like, it was really like, I was scared for my life, but I did report him because I didn't want the next victim to be like Madeline Soto, right? Because
did you report the site? Good. Good. I'm glad you said that, Whip. I'd have reported the hell out that site.
Oh no, I reported him because because the thing about psychology or mental illness is that what they start doing is that when I started looking at the video, when I got into his computer, is that it was started with pictures. Mm-hmm. And then it started with like women, and then and then it got to videos, and then the ages of the women based on, because like I said, when he started with the video, it's not just him. It's really creepy how the video starts. It's like him following them from like schools, parking lot, gyms. But when you start filming it, you can actually see the person's face.
Right.
There were like women that were like 70-year-olds in the supermarket. It didn't matter, as long as you're wearing leggings, he's filming them. So,
damn.
And then it's sickening. So, so I went to the police. I called the police. I went to my local police because I didn't know what to do. And then they told me I needed to go to the police station where he resides.
Yeah.
So I did that. And then they connected me with some special unit thing. And I actually had some screenshots of it because when this happens, you're like, what the F is this? You know, you can't even like fathom like this is happening. So they asked me for all this information. And the thing about, I think someone mentioned that in one of your calls before, that the cops don't take you seriously, because at first they were like, oh, are you a jaded ex-girlfriend? Yeah. And they were recording me, and I said, I want to put this on record that, you know, this is his name, this is his address. If there is any girl or boy, right, becomes a victim of this person, I want it on record that I reported this, because it is on you now to investigate it. I reported this. It's on you guys now. Right. And if you don't do anything about it, and there's a victim, it's not on me. So it took them like, I don't know, 8 months. I gave him the address, all the email and he had like 20 different email addresses and Reddit accounts and all these different things going on. And I didn't hear. And then like 2 detectives, it's like, I don't know, 6 months later, contacted me, and they came and they met me, and they like interviewed me for like 3 hours. It was like an interrogation. And I just told them everything I saw, the videos I recalled, and things like the Trader Joe's that he would go to, and all these other things. And then I like, again, I said, this is what I saw. This is what the different locations, the Mexican restaurant he likes to go to, things like that.
Yeah.
And then I left like that. And then like, I want to say maybe 3 months later, I get a phone call, and they were like, oh, we got a warrant, and we went to his house. And so what they did was they actually, I don't know the wording, but they intercepted his Wi-Fi, and they were able to monitor all the activity he was on with all the websites that he was going to, which were all the CP channels, porn sites, websites.
Yeah. And for that, on this one too, I'm working. So I just finished for this story in general. I just finished the script. I have to record it on a docu-series on the Madeline Soto story, but I already know there's probably going to come information come out as I'm making it. And I'm releasing another one, which is very good. And I appreciate you calling in, sharing your story. That's I can't wait to see what happens in this case. I'm curious if mom's gonna get arrested or charges. We'll see. I don't know. A lot of people are.
I just want to tell that trust your instincts when your man is not acting right. If he's going to the supermarket way too much or wherever he's going, you know something is up. And bing bang, guys women trust your instincts. And also, you know what? I told the detective, I went into his phone, I went into his computer, and they, you know what? I did what I did, and it is illegal, but I told them, and you know what? They found all this stuff on him. And you know what? If I could save a child's life, it is what it is. And they caught him. So it is what it is.
That's good.
But anyway,
you did a good job. Well, congratulations to what you did there. That was
check the calculator app. It's sneaky. You'll find stuff. There's a calculator app in there that they save all this disgusting stuff in there. Anyway, thanks for taking my call.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing your story and having the courage to do that. I appreciate you doing that, honestly. And maybe maybe you just helped a few people who had a gut feeling about somebody they're talking to now. You never know. And that's why I appreciate you calling up and giving us a raw, uncut story from your heart. Thank you so much.
It's so very traumatic for me. Thank you for listening. Thanks. Bye.
God bless you. You keep on keeping on, okay? Lock your doors, stay safe, and it's a cruel world out here. Stay vigilant. Shout out to her. Good phone call. If you want to call in, it's 219-85-9693. No charges. No charges filed for murder yet. But they got a 865. You're live. Talk to us.
Hey, a couple of things I want to share with you really quick if I can.
Absolutely.
Okay. First of all, great song. Loved it. Shared it. Phenomenal. Thank you. Couple of things. One, I worked sexual assault crisis center, so I've done rape kits before, and I know the DNA takes a while to come back. So I'm sure that's one of the very first things they look for. Fortunately, with Maddie, obvious signs through autopsy they can see if like head traumas we were talking about before, but they can also tell if it was just suffocation by the eyeballs, the white of the eyes gets bruising, and they can tell from that. So I'm sure they're trying to put everything together in detail to get him, especially now that Florida has this death penalty for SA on children 12 and under. And if he started this a few years ago, they're probably looking at putting that on the plate for him. One thing I think to remember is that the police department doesn't owe the public anything right now.
Yeah.
They're trying to get the best justice for her.
Absolutely.
And for Maddie. And I think we all have to kind of cool our jets a little bit and just think about what's going to be the best thing in justice for Maddie. Also, I have that feeling about the mom, as we've all talked about as well. But I know people who have gone through sexual abuse in their life and they've never told anybody, and their parents never knew. And I've known people that have gone through it and they told their parents when they were adults, and the moms were like, I never knew what was going on right in the house. I never knew.
Yeah. That's a good point.
We look at serial killers who are married and their families never know.
Who was the one? Remember the story on the Iceman? He was going and not killing all these people, going home to a regular family.
Yeah. And the guy up in New York just recently, is it Gilgo? Where they found all the prostitute bodies.
That too.
And
that's crazy.
Yeah, and the wife didn't know, but I think that the mom has probably been advised to lawyer up. And I still think that they're working on the immunity thing. I still think that's on the plate for her.
You're the one that said that the other night, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if
I knew you
she
sounded
did-
so familiar. I'm like, hold up. She like now that you mentioned the immunity, I was like, that's definitely her that said that to me and made me think about that.
Well, two things that popped up is one, if she did know and if she did participate, then she's on the plate for the death penalty too. Right?
Woo.
That would put her in a very precarious situation. Woo. And number two, this really bothered me a while ago, and it's speculation, and it turned my stomach, and it just made me think, oh God. So the mom said a few weeks ago or whatever, she saw the text on the phone that I want to go to run away to the woods. I want to go live in the woods. What if she told him that? And that's what triggered the killing.
Oh no.
Because I know some people have said maybe he put that on there, but because what would you do if your kid said, well, I want to run away to the woods? I think we talked about this the other night too. You'd start questioning your kid. Right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if somebody's saying, I want to run away in the woods and live in the woods, most definitely.
So maybe that was her starting to tell her mom, something's wrong, and he gets wind of that, or he finds out about that, and that was like, nah, she's going to tell. That just really made me like my stomach turn a while ago. But one of the things too is that I heard that he, from not the Rick guy that you had on tonight, I'm not too sure who that dude was.
Yeah, no, I don't know either. A lot of people seem to think he was a troll. I honestly don't even know what to like. I take everything that I get, call it when somebody reaches out and says they know somebody. I really from this point on forward, I take it with a grain of salt because you never know who they are.
Right. I don't even think that was his real name anyway. But but they did say, from the other guy, he did say that the other guy did say that he would go to playgrounds and sit and watch kids. That I believe. That I do believe. Like just stalking them, So anyway, I just wanted to run that by you and see what everybody else kind of thinks about some of those thoughts, and just mainly for the main thing is just going back to your song, moms out there, single moms, single dads, I know you get lonely, I know it gets hard, I know it gets sad, I know you want somebody in your life, but there are a lot of really good people out there, men and women, who can manipulate the hell out of you, work their way into your house, work their way to your kids, or even to you, and just we just got to turn this nation around, man. It's just last thing, and I'll get off here. I heard that it wasn't that the mom waited 8 hours to call. They said in a thing about the schools that the policy of Florida schools is that they don't have to call the parent till 3:30. They wait till all day long after all the teachers have their the teacher has, I guess it's the first or second period or whatever, has their documents in at 3:30 at the end of the day, and that's when they call the parents. So it's not that she waited all day and knew she was gone and she just didn't call. And so they've actually are looking at changing the law down here on that, and that's on the news. So anyway,
this one, but I am still curious to see if mom is, like you said, with this deal. Is there a deal? Is there one?
Yeah.
And you actually gave reference cases when you spoke of a deal that could, or possibly be going on here allegedly.
Yeah.
What were your references again on those cases? Was it the Montgomery case?
Yeah, Kayla. I think Kayla was absolutely involved in that, and she got off on that because she made a deal to testify against him. She's sitting there going, well, I still love him, and I do think that if the mom knew, or if she had an inkling, or if she had something going on, that they would definitely be coming after her, at least to be an accessory to it. So she would have to lawyer up. Somebody in that town has said, you need a lawyer. Somebody's got a hold of her and lawyered her, got her a lawyer and got her to be quiet. And if she was involved or whatever, she's going to work for immunity. Those lawyers are going to try to get that for her, because if she was involved and this child died, my guess with the Florida law, the new law, they're going to go after her too. Like seriously, especially if she was hands-on involved, which I don't think she was. But
right,
I still, my heart wants to think the best of people, and my heart wants to just think that, hope to God she really didn't know. I mean, there's a lot of people out there, like I said, that have been abused and never told their families until they were adults. And how many of your adult parents have gone, why didn't you tell me? I never knew. And the kid thinks I'm giving signals, but sometimes we're just oblivious to what's going on. I'm not trying to say that in her defense. I'm just looking at both sides of this. But yeah, I don't know. And I'm glad that they did the interviews. I think the police are going to use that against them.
Yeah.
I think the police were real glad they were doing those interviews.
It kind of, in his part, kind of reminded me of what's the dude's name? Stephen McDaniels. I can't remember his name. It was in this case back in the day, but he was doing an interview, and
oh yeah,
they told him they found the bodies, and like right live on interview, and he's like, what? Huh?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, and it's really weird. If you've ever seen his interview, his interrogation, he has no emotion, none whatsoever.
Exactly. Yep. I went and looked at that case because people brought it up a lot during the Idaho 4 case pertaining to somebody that ended up not being a suspect. But I remember coming across that and actually diving into it.
Well, and also, if you're going through something like this and you have been attacked or whatever, I know the police can be real, to deal with. I believe me, I know. Like I said, I worked at Sexual Assault Crisis Center. And it can be really, really hard. And that's why, just like with your last caller, a lot of times people don't want to go forward because it's like, oh, you're just a jilted girlfriend or whatever. And that's not true. I had victims who would not report the person who assaulted them. And it could be a father or stepfather. It was football players. It was doctors. It was lawyers. It was people in town. And they would not file a charge because of the repercussion. And so these people go on and live their lives and make a lot of money and do their thing. And so, the people who are able to step forward and say something, first of all, you're a hero if you survived it, period. Please don't ever let this define you. You're a hero if you survived any assault ever. And if you do come forward, I hope you are treated with respect and dignity, and thank you for stepping out. I mean, that takes a lot to do that.
It does.
A lot.
It does. A lot.
So, yep.
Yeah.
So, all right. Hopefully we hear something soon.
Well, God bless you. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for being a voice in the community, as always. Sweet caller for sure. And make sure you lock your doors. Stay vigilant. We live in a cruel world. Crazy.
Yes, we do.
God bless you.
I've got a trained killer rabbit to go to the door if somebody comes to the door. So we'll take them out.
Well, you stay safe.
Right,
I look forward to hearing from you again. God bless. Shout out to her. Good phone call. Hold up. All right. So let's watch this video. It just came out, right? This video just came out. We're going to check it out right here, right now. It says specifically that the parents questioned Central Florida school policies after Madeline Soto's mother did not know of her. Let's check it out.
Suspect in the case of Madeline Soto remains in the Osceola County Jail on no bond after refusing to make his first appearance over the weekend. He is currently charged with sexual battery and possession of child sex abuse material, but investigators say more charges could be coming. Soto's body was found Friday after she was first reported missing on Monday. Her mother did not know that she was absent from school until she tried to pick her up around 4:30 in the afternoon. That's why Megan Mulatto explains one school board member wants the state to make a change.
Osceola County School Board member Julius Melendez says parents have been asking for information on the school district's policies on absences. This comes after officials say the mother of 13-year-old Madeline Soto, who was found dead in St. Cloud, didn't find out Madeline hadn't shown up to school in Orange County last Monday until she tried to pick her up at around 4:30 in the afternoon.
For every hour to us may seem like nothing, but to a parent who's lost a child, every hour feels like a full day.
Officials with Osceola County Schools say they notify elementary school parents of absences at 10 a.m., middle school parents at 11 a.m., and high school parents at 5 p.m.
High school students, they have a tendency to dual enroll at local colleges. They do internships. They have, if they're a senior, they finish all the credits and only need to take 1 or 2 classes and then they can go home. So their schedules vary a lot more.
Officials with Orange say the district considers a student absent when they miss more than half of the school day. The final cutoff for teachers to submit attendance is at 3:30 p.m. Once attendance is finalized.
Nah, I think that if they don't get there in the morning, if they're not in class after like y'all, I don't know, make it a little quicker. Start putting them phone calls out. I know that it's a process, but still, you could probably make it quicker.
The system, a report is run and the message is sent to families. Officials with Seminole confirmed they notify parents but didn't provide us with exact times, adding the times vary due to varying start times across grade levels. They say it's also dependent on how many absences there are on a given day. Volusia says they notify elementary parents at around 10 and secondary parents at around 5 or 6 p.m. Melendez says the school districts aren't to blame for what happened, but he says a vague state statute that does not give districts a time frame to notify parents should change.
You know, that very first hour is when you have the highest chance of recovery.
Yeah.
And so every hour that goes past that,
Right.
you're diminishing the opportunity to be able to recover that student or recover that person.
We reached out to the Kissimmee Police Department for an update on the case. They've declined an interview for now, saying the work continues on this case. That is the main focus right now. In Osceola County, Megan Mulatto, WESH 2 News.
Melendez says there is a policy in place about parents dropping students off on school property rather than nearby. He is urging parents to follow that policy to help them better protect their students. In regards to the status of the case against Stearns, the state attorney's office sent us this statement saying, in part, quote, the investigating law enforcement agency is tasked with preparing a case and sending its findings and recommended charges to our office once its investigation is complete to initiate the prosecution process.
So, I mean, basically, they're not even finished with it. They're not even finished with the investigation. So they haven't went through and filed the charges. They just, I don't know. Is the door open for mom to be charged?
Our office is diligently working with the investigation agency on every aspect of this investigation to prepare the best case possible. I'm gonna open the lines back up. I just wanted to watch that because I seen the clip. Hold up, let me see this. There's something else in here that we need to look at. Okay. Osceola sheriff accidentally post crime scene photo. Hold up. We need to jump into this, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking coming in here. Thank you for sharing this with me. Breaking story coming in here. Let's go ahead and talk about this a little bit. Osceola sheriff accidentally posts crime scene photos in Madeline Soto case on Instagram.
Oh my God! Get the fuck out of here!
What are you doing? What are you doing? You come on, you know better than that. That guy's got to be fired. Come on. How are you posting crime scene photos? We're gonna read this article. Do you see this? I'm gonna open the lines back up. I want to go over this article real quick. Wow, I'm blown away. Osceola sheriffs accidentally post crime scene photo on Instagram. Wow, it's probably everywhere now. Let's check it out real quick. Osceola sheriffs accidentally post crime scene photo in Madeline Soto case on Instagram. Sheriff staff member posted selfie with prime suspect in Soto's disappearance. It says Kissimmee, Florida. The Instagram account for Osceola County Sheriff Marcos Lopez posted a confidential crime scene photograph on Saturday morning, what the agency later said had been inadvertently shared with the public. Hold on, let me close this too. The sheriff's office has not disclosed whether Lopez himself or another agency employee posted the photo, and it did not specify the criminal investigation from which the image was originated. Former Osceola County Sheriff Russ Gibson, who is a who is running against Lopez in the 2024 election, said the photograph depicted the body of the 13-year-old Madeline Soto, who was found dead Friday afternoon in a wooded area near St. Cloud. So again, he put out a photo that had Madeline's body in it. Wow. Madeline, it had a picture of her body in it. I don't understand how you could make a mistake like that. The clothes seen in the photo are consistent with the outfit Soto was believed to be wearing when she was reported missing on February 26. In response to questions from News 6, Osceola County Sheriff's officials did not dispute the photo stemmed from the Soto investigation. A caption below the photograph stated, "Great day with our seniors," followed by an emoji of a smiley face wearing a halo. Earlier today, a post was made on social media about a community event for seniors. An unnamed Osceola County spokesperson said in an email to News 6 on Saturday, in the post, an investigative photo was accidentally included. The photo was immediately removed. We deeply apologize for any confusion or disturbance this may have caused. As with any investigation, the information obtained is confidential, and any mistaken disclosure will be immediately rectified. Now, it says the Osceola County Sheriff's Office did not respond to the questions inquiring why the person who posted the Instagram photo was in possession of a confidential investigative photo. The crime scene photo was posted on Instagram the same morning. Nerva Rodriguez, a civilian sheriff's office employee, shared a photograph on her personal Facebook page posing with Steven Stearns, the prime suspect in the Soto's disappearance and death. The selfie-style photograph was taken as Steven Stearns, or as Stearns, Stefan Stearns, Steven Stearns, what do we want to call him, walked out of a door at Osceola County Jail Friday morning after being booked on charges of sexually battering a child and possessing child pornography. If God's love has been poured out over your life, don't allow evil to keep you away from what he has prepared you for, or for you. A caption above the photo is Stearns and Rodriguez stated. Now, it says the Facebook post included the hashtag Nerva Rodriguez. Rodriguez is the executive director of the sheriff's office in a non-law enforcement position that oversees multiple divisions, including media services. That division is responsible for running the agency's social media accounts and providing information to news organizations. Rodriguez's Facebook post was deleted shortly after News 6 began inquiring about it Saturday. She did not respond to questions from News 6. She did not respond to questions from News 6, sent her agency email account. Okay, so they sent it to her email agency account. It says an unnamed sheriff's office spokesperson said in an email to News 6 that the agency could not answer specific questions about Rodriguez's Facebook post due to ongoing investigations. Orange Osceola State Attorney Andrew Bain said his main focus is getting justice for Soto. I am deeply disturbed that the photos were carelessly made public, albeit as an accident, according to statement by the Osceola County Sheriff's Office, Bain said in an email to News 6. While I do not believe these photos will have any evidentiary impact on the case as of now, they were released in poor taste. News 6 league analyst Stephen Kramer said the two social media posts could potentially impact the criminal case. You have a confidential crime scene photo that is protected under Florida law that deals with a dead minor child that's now been released to the public, said Kramer. That could affect the investigation and the prosecution of the case, the defense of the case, and it could also affect the potential jury pool. According to Kramer, the social media post may increase the chances that the trial could be moved to another city. There's going to be a potential argument from the defense that the release of this photo taints the jury pool, so you might see a motion for change of revenue, said Kramer. Florida law prohibits the release of photographs depicting the killing of a minor, including images of videos of the minor's body, except a surviving parent, except to a surviving parent. A government official who willfully and knowingly disseminates such confidential photos violating Florida law could be charged with a third-degree felony punishable up to 5 years in prison. There was no indication that Osceola County Sheriff's Office employees intentionally posted the crime scene photo. But Kramer said the Instagram post showing the crime scene could open the sheriff's office up to civil liability. And you can bet somebody's going to follow up with that. You've got a grieving family that's suffering, and you may see an argument that this photo, even if it wasn't intentional, the release was negligent, said Kramer. And as a result, you may see a claim for damages and a lawsuit from that. So there that is. There's that post. Again, it's the no, I'm opening call on. I'm opening it right now. I see you. Now, I just wanted to read that. I thought it was interesting. I just seen this posted. So 219-885-9693 if you want to call in. What do you guys think about that? A photo being posted to Instagram that depicted her body in the vehicle? That is crazy. Crazy. You don't get no more negligent than that. Why are they what's going on here? 773, you're on with me. What's going on? 207-711. What's going on?
That is crazy. Hi, T-REV. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I am well. So I just watched this with you, and oh my gosh, that was, in my opinion, that was done accidentally on purpose.
I don't know, man. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That you can't make a mistake like that when you're in a position like as you are.
Mm-mm.
You can't. That's not. I mean, I don't see that. But anyhow, getting past that already because I want to see more on this later. But I want to get that back to the mom. And I've been watching these interviews. The one with her shaking, the first one, and I've been like literally studying her body language. And I'm not an expert. By all means, I'm not an expert.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what I think, because I was in an abusive relationship. So this is what I think. I think that there is a possibility that in the back of her head, she knew what was going on. But the fear she had for Stefan overwhelmed her so that she couldn't get that out. She couldn't fix that problem. And I understand that. I do. I don't, in my heart of hearts, I think she was either she's scared one way or another. Either she was scared because he was intimidating her sitting back in the back,
mm-hmm.
Listening to her conversation,
right.
Or she was scared because she had these thoughts of this being a possibility in the back of her head, and she's scared that now what's going to happen to me. And I don't know. I could go either way, but I don't know that she actually knew. But I feel like as a mother, I would have some kind of thought on it. Like I would be talking to my daughter, like for sure. And I don't know that there was a lot of communication between them. It doesn't sound like it. I mean, if she's not going to go to her own daughter's 13th birthday party for whatever reason, work or whatever. You work that, but that's an important party. That's an important birthday. You work around that. You make that party when you can be there. You don't sit there and have a party with her and not be there.
Yeah.
No mother does that. So, but yeah, I think in the back, I think at least in the back of her mind, she knew something was up. And then after this all came out, I think that started coming, getting to her a little bit more. She started thinking a little bit more on it. And I do believe she lawyered up, because after that last interview, you haven't seen or heard or anything from her, nothing.
Right.
So I think she did lawyer up, and I think the lawyer told her, you need to sit back, relax, and let all this stuff come out on Stefan, and we'll work on your issue. And I think it has to do with abuse. I think she was scared of him. I think she was scared to talk in front of him. I don't think he was not ever around when she was doing these interviews. He did show himself in the first one, but in the second one, he wasn't there. He didn't show his face. But there was definitely an intimidation tactic sitting behind her, cracking his knuckles, like, don't say anything. You know what I'm saying? But then the second one, I think he was out of sight, but he was still there. And even if he was out of sight and not there, he was still there in her head. And she was scared.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, and even if she had the feeling of it being happening and not engaging in the to the daughter, getting information or talking to her or asking her specific questions where she can answer what was going on with her, she's still guilty. She's still guilty. And that's really sad.
Yeah.
Because she stopped being a mom. At that time, she stopped being a mom.
Wow.
So I won't hold you on here, Trev. I appreciate all you do for us, and I hope you have a wonderful night. I'm going to keep my doors locked. I'm going to stay vigilant, and I'm going to pray for all of you, your fans, everybody. I'm going to pray for everybody today because we all need it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I can't believe. I'm just kind of blown away. I'm taken back by this sheriff posting a photo of her body on Instagram.
That's crazy.
In the picture on Instagram. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
My mind's.
Yeah, I don't think that was an accident. I don't think that was an accident. I think he accidentally did it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's a double negative, or it just kind of contradicts each other. But he knew. I feel like he knew what he was doing, because as a professional, you got to double check and triple check and quadruple check your information before you post anything. At least that's what I think.
This is crazy.
So, yeah, it definitely is.
This is crazy. Well, I appreciate you calling in. Thank you for being a voice in the community. I hope you have a wonderful night. Make sure you stay vigilant, lock your doors, and God bless you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 100%. You too.
Thank you. Shout out to her. Good phone call. 219-885-9693. Let's get it. Crazy. I can't believe the sheriff did that. Hopefully they get fired for that. You can't just accidentally like that. What's going on, 289? What's on your mind? He hung up. 814, you're in the door. What's going on? 814, you there? 3, 2.
Hello?
Okay, so there you are. What's going on?
Hello?
You're live.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear echo too in the background. It's probably the live stream.
Yeah, I was watching you. But
you're good. You're live. You're on there. What's going on?
I'm listening. Is it okay now?
Yes, ma'am. You are absolutely
okay. I just wanted to give my opinion that I had from the when I first seen their interview on there.
Mm-hmm.
This is just my opinion now. You know how it goes. I think that the mother did it. I think the mother hurt her daughter, and I think maybe that they were having an affair, or he's having an affair with the daughter, and the mother caught them. Not to say that the young girl was compliant to it or anything, just that she caught them, or she caught him, and she did something to the daughter, and then she made him deal with it. However that came about, that's just my opinion. That's what I got from it, possibly. Pretty crazy. It's all pretty crazy.
It is. It is. It is pretty crazy, and it even gets more crazier with sheriffs dropping crime scene photos.
Yeah, that's insane.
It adds a whole other layer.
I hope they don't mess this whole thing up by doing that.
I feel like they are. I don't know. I feel like they just, whether or not it messes up the investigation, it definitely they're open for a lawsuit. 100%.
Yeah, always something it seems like,
Yeah.
Crazy. It's all crazy. It's amazing how. Another thing I was thinking too is just what is this dude doing? Watching the news and seeing what happened with Audrey, and he just figured he'd give it a whirl or something. It's just so weird how these things happen so much alike, so
right,
parallel. They have so much in common. But anyways, like I said, that's just my opinion. Thank you for taking my call.
Oh, absolutely. You're welcome.
Have a good night.
You too, ma'am. God bless you. Thank you for calling up and having the courage.
Yeah. You too.
You have a wonderful night. Lock your doors too. Shout out to her. 219-885-9693. Madeline. All right. Start. Here we go. My bad. 540, you're on the show. Talk to me.
Hey, I want to just go over a motive.
Okay.
Something I haven't heard talked about. So, when her mother is talking, she said about 10 minutes into her the interview, she said the interviewer asked her, said, anything, Jen, what is it you fear? I know that you mentioned she's on game stuff. Do you think she could met somebody and tried to meet up with them from, she says she opens up to us. And then her mother says this with us about, if she's got a crush with anyone. And she told us she had a crush on somebody at school. And that just has really stood out to me because here's what I'm thinking. There's always a time when the birthday party. I wonder if her classmates were at the birthday party and if Stefan was there and he noticed the crush, if he noticed the attraction, because obviously she told him she was on, she had a crush on somebody. I mean, I'm just wondering if that wasn't what was the trigger for him to murder her. And so I just haven't heard it talked about, but she actually did say she told us she had a crush on somebody. So my thought process is that he was jealous. And she was growing up, she was 13. She told him she's got a crush on somebody. He actually got to witness it at the birthday party, perhaps maybe at the birthday party, maybe not. But I'm just wondering if the motive to kill her was out of anger, out of jealousy. And so I just wanted to put that out there and see what maybe your thoughts were on that.
I have no idea. Like as far as motive and why, I mean, I feel like that he would obviously if it went back as far as what I'm hearing to be reported that allegedly that he had there was 2 years of stuff going on, then
right.
I mean, I feel like it's completely sexually motivated. The motive, allegedly. It's a sexually motivated motive in it, and that's how I'm seeing it. I mean, I don't know the full details about everything or what, deeply, because it's an investigation, and obviously they're not going to show all of their cards, but I definitely do think it was sexually motivated, especially after looking at that first PCA.
Oh, I absolutely think they were involved. There's no doubt about that. I think he groomed her. I think all of that. But, they say that there's something that happens, something that changes. Why after 2 years? Why after 2 years? Yes, she may have been pregnant, but and she may be or was. But that statement stood out to me. It said, if she's got a crush on someone, she told us she had a crush on someone at school. And I don't know, that just really stood out to me because, obviously he's very immature. Obviously he is, got issues. And I just thought about the birthday party, the trigger. What would have happened? Why was it that day or within that 24 hours? And I just got to thinking about, as a child, when you have a birthday party, you have all your friends over, and obviously if she had a crush on somebody, that would have came through. She wouldn't have known how to hide that, I wouldn't think, at her age, to quote hide that from him.
Right.
And he may have noticed it. And I just think I just wanted to put that out there because the birthday party, why did it happen on that day? And the only thing that could have been possibly was that he saw that she did have, she was going to move on, so to speak. I know that sounds adult, but in his mind, it could have been that he was going to lose her, and or that she was going to go on. She told them that she had a crush on somebody at school. It's about 10 minutes into the, and I'm going by the transcripts, on on the TV, on the film, if somebody wants to go in and look at it. But anyway, I just wanted to put that thought out there. It hasn't been talked about. I just think something happened, and obviously a lot of things could have happened. But I got to thinking about, her birthday party. What could have happened there? And then when I saw that she had this crush on somebody, I'm thinking, well, I guess he's standing over in the room because he's obviously probably watching her. And he just probably got really, really jealous. And so I don't know. That's just something out there. Don't know. I know we won't find out till it all comes out in court. But I appreciate you taking my call. And thank you for being there.
Absolutely. God bless you. Thank you for calling in and sharing your thoughts on the motive. And we'll see how it plays out. Again, now you got this crazy stuff coming up with this shit about the sheriff. I'm curious to see what's going to happen in this situation now. Is it going to affect the investigation at all? Hopefully it doesn't. But I mean, that's super careless to let a crime scene photo, especially with her, somebody who just turned 13, her body being shown in that crime scene photo that was released to Instagram. And I guarantee that somebody screen snapped or got the shot of that photo immediately before they removed it. So now, have a fun time finding all these different people that are going to be releasing it, because it's probably going to be released under a paywall. That's what people will do. They'll take things like that, put it under a paywall. Oh, you want to see the release photo? We'll do this. You have to do it. And that's usually what happens. That's the nastiest shit that happens on our platform that I've seen. So I'll be looking out to see if anybody's doing that.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to start holding them accountable legally. I mean, they're going to have to stop it. If they don't stop it, you always follow the money. And you're right. You always got to follow the money. And, it's just like in these other cases where these photos have been, released. But until they start, making somebody accountable, whether it's jail time or whether it's, a very large fine. I mean, they're going to continue. They're going to keep pushing the envelope, keep pushing the edge until they're held accountable in some way, in some form. And unfortunately, I feel for the folks that, the family and the friends, because it's a horrible, horrible thing to have happened to her.
It is. It definitely is. And then dumped out somewhere like a piece of trash or stuff being thrown into the trash can. Yeah, it just shows that he went to attempt to hide these things, knowing that probably he was going to be caught. I mean, if he thought he wasn't, he's definitely he's an idiot. But anyways, I appreciate you calling.
Idiot. Yeah, he's right up there with idiot. That's for sure.
For sure.
Well, all right.
God bless you.
Easy. Thank you.
You stay vigilant, all right? Lock your doors. Shout out to her. Good phone call. If you want to call in, it's 219-885-9693. Shout out to the sheriff's office for embarrassing the family even more by putting this little girl's photo out there. So careless. Idiot. 813, what's going on? You're live.
Oh, I'm on.
You're on.
Hello.
How you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. How are you?
Hanging in there. Just hanging
Okay.
in there, you guys.
Well, I've been trying to call for like 30 minutes because this story is so upsetting. I live in Florida. I'm actually not too far away from Orlando, a mother myself. And I was just thinking, the first thing when I heard the story is, what would I do if I was a mother and I was in this situation? And everything this mother did was a red flag for me. I'm a true crime follower, and a lot of the things that she did just wasn't what a mother would do who was afraid for her daughter, who was actively looking for her daughter, who was worried about her daughter. Now, let me tell you, if my daughter's missing, you're not going to be able to hold me in the house. Not even the police are going to be able to hold me in the house. I'm going to be out searching for my daughter all day, all night. That was strange.
They said that so allegedly they wouldn't let anybody help them search, is what I heard.
Okay.
But whatever that means, I mean, you like you were saying.
But she said her parents were giving flyers. She said they were out in the streets. She's on Fox News. Everybody in the whole world is probably watching this. I'd have a picture of my daughter up. Hey, if you see my daughter, please bring her home.
1,000%. Agreed.
I would go to the extent of lie and say, there's a reward to find her
You'd
alive.
You'd probably go to the front to just sneak in and start searching anyways. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, they
Right.
couldn't stop you.
I mean, I probably wouldn't even be able to talk. I mean, and then I don't know. To me, it's total BS. They say, "Oh, she was afraid of him."
I agree with you so much on everything that you're saying right now up to this.
Body language didn't seem like she was afraid of him. She was afraid of the situation. She was scared that whatever happened in that house, which obviously the police released a lot of, sensitive information that this young child went through a lot of abuse, so you're going to tell me you had no idea at all, any idea at all that your daughter had, that your boyfriend did anything to your daughter? I'm calling it. That don't sound right. That just don't sound right. And you're going to tell me you didn't go through your boyfriend's phone? I don't care if you're not the toxic girlfriend. I don't care if you're blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go through his phone, and I'm going to look to see what's in his phone. I'm sorry. Call me wrong, call me bad, but I'm going to do it. You're going to tell me that women nowadays don't look through their boyfriend's phones? That's a lie.
So
it doesn't make sense.
Somebody said, why are people talking about leaked pics of Maddie? Yeah, it's leaked pics of Maddie that are out there. In fact, it was just reported up here. Osceola's sheriff accidentally posts crime scene photo of Madeline Soto case on Instagram. The police posted that leaked photo. Nobody leaked it, but their own police officer.
I hadn't heard that until I heard your show today. I didn't hear that part.
It just came out. It just was reported a little bit ago, as far as from what I've seen.
Okay. My question is, why isn't the mother being investigated, or why isn't the mother being interrogated? Why isn't she being arrested?
That's a great question.
We don't have an answer. Nobody can answer that question. Why? I get someone said, oh, they don't want her to clam up and get a lawyer, but I've seen enough cases where you can get a lawyer all you want. We still need to know what happened. And you were in the house. You're the mother. That would be the first person I'd be looking at besides this guy,
It's crazy because I'm actually pretty upset about them releasing that, because her photo probably is going to be released under a paywall. Mark my words. Look around in the true crime community.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to have that photo. They're going to release it into a paywall, say it's not good for you.
Make a lot of money.
That you can't show it on YouTube. This is what a lot of these creators do. They take it and then they'll put it under a paywall, because there is weirdos out there, believe it or not, that are probably looking for it right now that want to know where that photo is. And it's disgusting.
Right. And another group on here, right? Me neither. I know. There's another group on here that was saying that somebody, I think it might have been your show or another show, someone called in. It was a friend of his from the past. And they were like, kind of blaming him.
Another one was, I don't know who called it. The person who called it tonight, I have no idea. They were trying to call in, and they emailed me and said, call me. I'm friends with Stephen Stearns or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if it.
Yeah, I saw the story, and they said that allegedly he was dating a girl who was 17 when he was 20, but then the girl ended up coming out saying she was 14. That's. I mean, I get that's your friend, you don't want to tell him or whatever, but if in my head, I'm your ex-friend and now this girl's missing and I know you dated a young girl, my head is going to say, you probably had something to do with that. It's strange. It's very heartbreaking, and I hope we get the answers and it's not just left unturned. I hope the family gets, closure, and the grandparents have to deal with all of that. It's really sad.
It is. It's not only just sad, it's constantly every day seeing a new story of it, of something so similar or even worse, like as far as the red flags being there beforehand.
Right.
And it's like, damn. The red flags were there for what's that guy's name? Stephen McDougal, Audrey Cunningham. The signs were there for that guy. They could have had him arrested multiple times. He enticed a minor. Well, he did get in trouble for that, but he wasn't on the register list. And then on top of that, he committed a stabbing and there was wrongly identified and dude got away. If he was arrested on that charge, little Audrey Cunningham would have been here. So it's just it's sad how they're being.
My thing is they can arrest these people all they want or not arrest them, but my thing is as a mother or as a parent, your intuition told you that that's okay to let your daughter go with a random, even if you know them.
Right.
I'm not saying everyone's bad, but I'm not saying everyone's good. And as a parent, you have to know you're responsible. If something happens, you're responsible.
Exactly.
And you have to live with that.
Exactly.
So I don't know, but I appreciate you taking my call, and I'm really gonna watch your show more, and hopefully I see an update of some type of justice for Madeline.
Absolutely. And I'm sure justice, well, we know justice is coming, but we don't know what's going on. No PCA release. No, again, there is a PCA, but that is not pertaining to the murder charges. So we're waiting for that to come out. They're still conducting and getting that investigation together. I don't know if they're trying to get.
He hasn't talked at all?
No. And they're saying mom's not talking either now, allegedly, is what I'm hearing too. So I don't know if they're trying to draw something up on her, made her feel some type of way to lawyer up. I have no idea.
Oh, yeah. That's wow.
It's interesting, though.
Yeah, that is. But okay, I won't hold you up.
No, you're
Thank
good.
you.
I appreciate you calling in. Thank you for having a voice in the community. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and opinions with us. I appreciate you. Make sure you lock your doors. Stay vigilant. God bless.
Yeah, see you. Thank you.
Shout out to her. Good phone call. All right. I got some work that I need to go do, though, and I'm about to get off for a little bit, but I will be back on in a little bit to probably come on my second channel. So tune in. I appreciate everybody who came by the live stream. Again, if you showed love, hit the like button, commented respectfully. I appreciate all you guys, mods, etc. You know how we end it out. We're going to end it out this way, though, tonight. And yeah, I'm probably going to start coming on a little bit earlier for this next week. So be looking for me at around maybe this time or between now. Coming on. Like, again, shout out to everybody who came by the stream. Share, like, subscribe, notification bell. Locked in. Got the docuseries dropping on this case. I'm working on one right now as information keeps coming out. So I will have that. It'll be a good production that I drop as an upload. And let's end it off like this. Dear Jesus.
Yeah, dear Jesus, how should I move? I got these demons all on me, they trying to take over again. All of this money, I know it can't pay for this life of sin. All that I ever wanted was to win, but I'm not trying to be gone in the wind. Dear Jesus, I need you to walk for me, I need you to talk for me, cause I don't seem to do it properly. Dear Jesus, yeah, dear Jesus.
Look, dear Jesus, I wanted to change. I'm over feeling all of this pain. I've been through the struggle, I've been through the rain. These haters are looking for something to blame. They always are coming all up on my page, filled with their hatred, they think that I rage when I am really laughing in the face. You either a rep gang or you are a snake. I don't give a shit about none of your drama. My faith is with God as I fix all my problems. You people be running and hugging the fence while I stay focused on myself and I'm evolving. I use my platform every day for love and light to make a better place. Watching these kids lose their lives just makes me turn insane.
Dear Jesus, how should I move? I got these demons all on me, they tryna take over again. All of this money, I know it can't pay for this life of sin. All that I ever wanted was to win, but I'm not tryna be gone in the wind. Dear Jesus, I need you to walk for me, I need you to talk for me, cause I don't seem to do it properly. Dear Jesus, yeah, dear Jesus.
Look, it's nothing but pain. All of these families are feeling the same. Losing their loved ones to all of this violence. Our government doesn't want to make a change. It feels like a game, this shit ain't the same. All of y'all do is just pick at our brains. Give up a little info, they conceal the rest and expect us to believe what you say. How is change gonna happen? You let these pedophiles run around and trash it. They touch kids but the judge gives an ass kiss. And you expect us to wanna roll with that shit? He touched a kid and gets 2 years maximum, but gets back out on the streets looking for a scheme, sneaking in a family, then killing a team. And now we stand together as human beings. Jesus, I'm asking for help. These bastards should really be burning in hell. At least the rest of the life in the jail. We really don't understand all of the failed. Audrey Cunningham am Quentin Simon, Kylie Rodney to Summer Wells. All my life I've been waiting for purpose, and now I have it, I will prevail.
Dear Jesus, how should I move? I got these demons all on me, they tryna take over again. All of this money, I know it can't pay for this life of sin. All that I ever wanted was to win, but I'm not tryna be gone in the wind. Dear Jesus, I need you to walk for me, I need you to talk for me, cause I don't seem to do it properly. Dear Jesus, yeah, dear Jesus.
I count my blessings for the days when I was down and losing faith. They made me patient. All I can say is thank you. I really wouldn't be the same if I ain't gone through all the pain. Look what it made me. All I can say is thank you.
It wouldn't be the same with none of y'all by my side. You hold me down every day and it makes me strive. I wake up and look forward to doing these lives. A lot of y'all really came and opened up my eyes, and I hope I gave it back because it comes with yours. No matter what they say, I know I opened up them doors. I brought a family together even though shit was rough. They tried to shut us down, but we really shut them up. No matter what, we stand together when shit gets tough. I wanna thank everyone for showing me love. The Rev Gang family is something I cherish and love, and I'll smack anyone for fucking with us.
Blessings for the days when I was down and losing faith. They made me patient. All I can say is thank you. I really wouldn't be the same if I ain't gone through all the pain. Look what it made me. All I can say is thank you.
No one give a voice to the voiceless. People get killed for other stupid choices. Standing up for the families that took a loss is something that we find important. Rap game strong, chest up. Little homie, keep your head up. You can be whatever you want. Get rid of the fake and it will add up. All my life I strive for greatness. I manifested my time with patience. People try to copy us, but respect is earned. It's not an obligation. I love the fam and they love me back, and that's why I always have it back. So I give a voice to those people who were never given a chance for them slimy cats. When you come here, you ain't a number to me. I really take time to read what I see. Don't forget to lock your doors, cause there's danger all up in these streets. Y'all really put life into the air that I breathe. I really am thankful for all of my peeps. Your loyalty means a lot to me, so this is a special thank you from me.
Blessings for the days when I was down and losing faith. They made me patient. All I can say is thank you. I really wouldn't be the same if I ain't gone through all the pain. Look what it made me. All I can say is thank you.
Okay, hold on.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, hold up. Again, I made this one yesterday because of all the shit weighing on my mind with everything happening. Again, it's called Dear Jesus. When I recorded this yesterday, I was in one of those mind states where I was looking at articles and working on stuff, and I was just like, let me get up in here and speak. Voice for the Voiceless dropping 2024 this summer. I will have an official date soon. But again, Rev Gang Strong and Dear Jesus will both be on those. The rest I won't release until after.
Yeah, dear Jesus, how should I move? I got these demons all on me, they tryna take over again. All of this money, I know it can't pay for this life of sin. All that I ever wanted was to win, but I'm not trying to be gone in the wind. Dear Jesus, I need you to walk for me. I need you to talk for me, cause I don't seem to do it properly. Dear Jesus, yeah, dear Jesus.
Look. Dear Jesus, I wanted to change. I'm over feeling all of this pain. I've been through the struggle, I've been through the rain. These haters are looking for something to blame. They always are coming all up on my page, filled with their hatred, they think that I'll rage when I am really laughing in the face. You either a rev gang or you are a snake. I don't give a shit about none of your drama. My faith is with God as I fix all my problems. You people be running and hugging the fence while I stay focused on myself and I'm evolving. I use my platform every day for love and light to make a better place. Watching these kids lose their lives just makes me turn and say,
Dear Jesus, how should I move? I got these demons all on me, they tryna take over again. All of this money, I know it can't pay for this life of sin. All that I ever wanted was to win, but I'm not tryna be gone in the wind. Dear Jesus, I need you to walk for me. I need you to talk for me, cause I don't seem to do it properly. Dear Jesus, yeah, dear Jesus.
look. Nothing but pain. All of these families are feeling the same. Losing their loved ones to all of this violence. Our government doesn't want to make a change. It feels like a game, this shit ain't the same. All of y'all do is just pick at our brains. Give up a little info, they conceal the rest and expect us to believe what you say. How is change gonna happen? You let these pedophiles run around and trash it. They touch kids but the judge gets an ass kiss. And you expect us to wanna roll with that shit? He touched a kid and gets 2 years maximum, but gets back out on the streets looking for a scheme, sneaking in a family, then killing a team. And now we stand together as human beings. Jesus, I'm asking for help. These bastards should really be burning in hell. At least the rest of the life in the jail. We really don't understand all of the failed. Audrey Cunningham, Quentin Simon, Kylie Rodney to Summer Wells. All my life I've been waiting for purpose, and now I have it. I will prevail.
Dear Jesus, how should I move? I got these demons all on me, they tryna take over again. All of this money, I know it can't pay for this life of sin. All that I ever wanted was to win, but I'm not tryna be gone in the wind. Dear Jesus, I need you to walk for me. I need you to talk for me, cause I don't seem to do it properly. Dear Jesus, yeah, dear Jesus.
Hi, if you made it this far, I consider you a real one. I'm gonna end the stream right now. Drop down in the comments below your thoughts and opinions on this case. Let's see it. FTA for the algorithm. I love you guys. I'll see you again. We need a session on this, a deep session. I feel like if I do a session on this, I feel some energy here. So be on the lookout for that. Second channel, again, hashtag, you can, or not hashtag, listen to me, exclamation point, second channel. You can get the link to it in chat if you want to visit us over there. It's not for everybody. It is not for everybody, but it is an investigation side that I like. I like the after energy investigation side. It comes hand in hand. Some people don't think so. They don't like it. They think that it's weird, but I don't care. I don't care what you think. I know what I love. I know I'm an empath. I know my connection. And that's that. Simple as that. Love you guys. Love and light. And I will be seeing you soon. Bing bong.